Sitting around the barroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s.
All right, we are back. So it is a Thursday again.
Yeah, baby.
We had Andrew Fontana on the show last week.
What an episode.
What an espresso.
Yeah, that
What
was
an
great.
espresso martini. What a guy who...
Where do you find, did we ever end up finding out where those mason jars came from?
Martha Stewart sent them to him. After she fucking came everywhere. She put those in the mail to him.
She
I don't
taught
want
him
to
how
be
to make an
proud.
espresso in the federal
He
penitentiary.
forgot the 3 beans, but he was flicking Martha's beans.
Listen, this kid, the one thing he has an unbelievable talent, and I fucking love him because I love weird people, and he's a weird person.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I love him is like that he doesn't know. Like, remember he started, like, I forget what he was in something. It's like, okay, this is the time in a regular conversation when it switches to the next person. Then he's like, I wanted to talk about Scarface, too. I have this feeling, I'm like, whoa,
And
dude.
the 3 of us were just like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. You're done. He's like, but then Fitzy didn't go. It's not,
Adolfo.
it's
That
not Danny's turn.
That said, this show is going to be about work
Yeah.
as the main subject.
Yeah.
He's hired
Yes, that we want to talk about.
as a producer. He's the official producer. Welcome
Literal-
to the show, Andrew Fontana.
First employee.
First employee. It pays nothing, except for self-respect.
It's a prove-it contract.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I started a different job site this Monday.
Yeah.
And today the foreman says, hey, listen, and he knows me a long time, and he goes, just so you know, they do like the Aloha Beach Fridays if you're interested. And I go, nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm all about fun, but like I'm not going out of my way for an Hawaiian shirt. If you want to give me one, I'll wear it. I'm all about having a smile.
Dude.
So you don't know this, Bob. You do though. I don't know if anyone knows yet, but
Let's introduce Bobby
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
first.
introduce Bobby.
Hi, how are you?
All right, Bobby, hold on. You got to move up a little bit. Because this was Andrew's problem. He laid back because his size 19 XL shirt.
you don't
was
have to turn
banging
it
up
backwards
close.
like AC Slater. You just
Dude,
gotta
let
get
me
a
tell you
little
right
closer.
now, never been a better backwards hat crew in here in my life. Other than Fitzy.
And
I mean,
I'm the only
that
one.
was one of the
Turn that
reasons.
thing around, dude.
The only time I ever met Bobby before
smash.
this, I noticed that he wears a fucking fitted backwards, and I fucking love it.
Fitzy with a backwards hat screams mosh pit.
Yes, screams like you
That's
don't want
scary.
to. Yeah.
That's scary. It looks like you're going to Slipknot.
All right, so from Somerville, right?
Somerville's finest.
We're not doing that.
All right,
You guys
Malden.
couldn't fucking. Who would
This
you,
is what I
who would
couldn't
you-
figure out.
Who would you trade for Connearney? Nobody.
Okay, what a Somerville person?
Nobody. Can't.
It's a lot of Melrose people you can trade.
I trade a lot of Somerville people for Connearney. I'd love to have Connearney on the team.
You'd love to get rid of him.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's the
I'll trade
first.
the fucking mayor.
You're saying like equal
Yeah,
to equal.
The old man, that fucking Magoo.
Yeah, she sucks.
No, I'm talking about the other one.
Oh,
Curtatone.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
Curtatone.
trade. I'll trade him.
Yeah.
You can have him.
Nah, I'm not. He wasn't up for
All right, so
auction.
wait, Bobby, how old are
You
you?
just asked me to trade him.
39, B40 in like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days.
Nice. Okay.
Happy
Finally,
birthday.
some age in this fucking room.
Yeah.
Along with me and Fitzy. This young fucking kid over here, by
Gillis,
the way.
how old are you?
Just turned 36 on Sunday.
Wow. How old's your
Fake.
sister?
I got a lot of sisters, buddy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nikki.
We're 10 years apart, so she'll be 46
Yeah.
next month.
So she's my
Good
age.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good kid.
So you are a friend of the program,
Oh, yeah.
longtime friend of the
Oh, yeah.
program.
Love
I
this
think.
program.
No, we had the podcast when we went out for beef, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
we had the podcast then.
That's how Fitzy wrote me in.
You were the only guy to get a super that time, by the way. I just want to say that.
I absolutely shit
and
the bed on that thing,
That
too.
thing was huge, dude. It was.
didn't
You walk
finish
in with
it.
Fitzy, you get fucked. You kind of get fucked. It's almost like when you go to a bar and like the bartender and they're giving you doubles, thinking you're doing
Yeah,
you a
they
favor.
start
helping
they
you
fuck
out.
you.
Over serving you.
That's
yeah.
what happened. Yeah. So
Anthony's is my hometown beef.
That thing
so
was the
when,
biggest
yes,
beef
when
ever.
you walked in with me, they gave you the red carpet.
Half cow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
yes.
a big boy.
Great.
Couldn't finish that thing.
Great beef.
Dick boy.
But all around, like, here's the thing. Like, I talked about this before we got on. When I first started talking to Danny about the idea of doing the show, I'm like, here's what I don't think there is out there. There isn't a show that I know of, and there might be, that I just don't know of, that is like actual, authentic people from around here just being, like you said, like just What do you call it? Catch and wreck.
Yeah, catch and wreck.
Yeah.
A bunch of the boys sitting around catch and wreck in a parking lot.
100%.
You know what I mean?
That's what this
I
is.
love about it.
Yeah, and I felt like there's too much like, and listen, I'm not gonna hate on. I'm done hating on all these guys who have their fucking TikTok channels and shit because hey, they're doing great. Listen,
Good for them though.
they're doing great.
Good for them.
They're fucking killing it.
Everyone gets a paycheck, right?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Mine's smaller than this,
But
but that's fine.
Hey, but
All right. So, anyways, but
The fake accent isn't funny for me.
But it could be
doesn't-
funny for
it-
somebody
yes,
who's
other people
That's-
from other places
I
they
think
like
that-
it.
But I think that's my problem with it, and it's
Because
not,
we're from here.
But it's not just that, dude. They're technically, everyone loves to say if you're from Boston, you're from Boston, and everyone else is an outsider,
Sure.
which is fucking bullshit, right? I went on a rant about that, but like, why do you have to fucking emphasize you sound like a donkey? Just have it, just embrace it.
you don't have to do it.
And you're making
That-
us look like idiots.
Yeah.
That said, the other thing is this: I'm 46. They're like 24. When I was 24, I was a jackwagon of a total fucking douche canoe of a person. So like, I was like doing a Dave Matthews impersonation basically on clubs in Boston, thinking that was going to get me famous. So I will not hold anybody's hustle against them. That said, it's not for me. Listen, it's not for me. That's what I'm gonna say. It's not for me.
Listen to the
I'm over here
Patreon if
now.
you want to hear my
I'm
funny
over here now.
story.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
By the way, clarify. Also, Bobby C is a fucking Patreon member.
Oh, yeah.
Who else? We had another new one, right?
We got a bunch of
Got
new
a
ones.
couple
We got a
more.
bunch of new ones. I got it here.
Listen, eventually we're not going to be able to shut them all out.
Yeah,
No,
listen,
because it's going to be too many.
You know what
I
I'm
gotta
saying?
tell you right
So
now-
it is what it is.
Yeah.
and Fitzy is throwing fucking high 90s on the Patreon every week. It is unbelievable. You're saving your best for the people who are paying.
I'm borderline blackout on every Patreon.
Yeah.
So I'm wicked loose. If you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out.
So we got Richie Buckley.
You know Richie Bobby, don't?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, our guy Ted Go. We'll get to that ad later. Teddy's like, hey, how do I get in the Patreon? I'm like, dude, I have created a private link because they won't let you give like memberships
Freebies.
away. So like, which sucks because I want to that. So I figured out a way that I can do a private link just for like these guys and also the sponsors. He's like, fuck that, I'm paying. And then
Hell
his
yeah,
first
Ted.
note in the Patreon was, I'm fucking here, bitches. I'm like, that's my guy. That's Teddy. That's fucking best.
What a legend.
I believe in that though. If you're gonna support
Yeah.
somebody, like
Yeah.
I support everything you guys are doing.
Sure,
Like, why
100%.
wouldn't you pay for it?
Right.
Like,
Well,
keep
listen.
the thing going.
Here's the thing, like I said, we got our shirts done by Ben Franklin Print
Oh.
Company because they support F-Buddies.
Yeah,
So,
No True Beef,
you
F-Buddies.
support us, we support you.
Yep.
Craig Richards, by the way, talk about a guy who's been fucking supporting us since day one.
Buddy, he's been a frontline defender.
Dude.
He's like a pawn, dude. And I mean that in the most respectful way ever. Like, he's just a frontline there.
Me and
Grunt.
Craig Richards.
Yes.
Like,
Marine, dude.
I picked
Marine.
up multiple packages of shirts from Craig Richards, and like, I feel like we've been in the shit together a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we've
You
like,
just know some stuff
Dude,
about
he
each
gets
other.
our shit done fast. He was great, and now he's not doing that anymore. So that's
Right.
why we're using somebody else. Matt West was already on the list, right?
Yeah,
But
we
Matt
talked-
West is a fucking legend. I just
shouted
sent
out
him a
Matt
bunch of
West,
fucking stickers. Guy was smoking stickers off people's foreheads down in Savannah, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Like just absolutely savage.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. Real quick before we get into it, I have to tell the story. So, I don't know if you heard this episode, but I did a reel, my buddy, of Josh the Ironworker a while back where he told this joke about how do you make your wife scream twice. Now, we don't like to get crass on this, but the joke is funny. So you fuck her in the ass, then you wipe your dick on the drape. You drag your dick across the drapes. And so the backstory is, which I've told on the story, is that on the show, for anybody who's not, I'll fast forward it. Josh's cousin, Joe, who's a fucking legend, his buddy, he's like, this kid's a fucking nut, and he's hilarious. He's like, he told me that joke, but he's like, the way he told it was that they had a picture in like the house of like them and Larry Bird or something. He's like, what was this from? He's like, dude, we were there, and he was there. It was at like Clocks or something, let's say. I don't know if that's where it was, but something like that, a Coogan's or whatever. And he's like, hey, Larry, he's there
What
taking
a
a
time.
piss, and he goes, hey, the guy's name is Jeff Clow. So he goes, hey, Larry, he goes, bet you, he said something like, oh, I bet you get pretty sick of people coming up to you or something like that. And he's like, yeah, it gets pretty old or something. He's like, and then he like was leaving or something, and he goes, hey, Larry, you want to hear a joke? And he goes, no, and he left. And then he said to Josh, he goes, do you want to know the joke? And that was the joke. So Matt Clow, who listens to the show, who worked with me at a recruiting company.
Another Hyde Park fella
Hyde
that we
Park,
just.
High Park Corker to the bone, right?
Yeah.
He texted me the other day and he goes, hey, this fucking Larry Bird story, we got a big dispute in my family about this right now. And I'm like, okay, like, what is it? He's like, my cousin told me that story verbatim. And I'm like, so I text Josh. I'm like, okay, who's Joe's buddy who fucking told you the story? He's like, Jeff Clout. And I'm like,
It's got to be.
it's his cousin.
Yeah.
It's his fucking cousin
Right.
that told Josh the story at his cousin's house. Like, it was the night before.
Talk
the
about
night he told him,
connecting
dude,
the dots.
The night he told him the story, right, was the night that Josh was first on the show. We came from Joe's.
Yeah.
They were all there. So, anyways, Jeff Clow, shout out, fucking legend. Matt Clow, shout out, legend. Joe Malcolm, Josh's cousin, who's the fucking best, legend. And I'm just gonna say this. I mean, Joe then texts. Now this is getting like I gotta remember this. Josh then texted me the other day a screenshot. It just says it's something about the Larry Bird story, and I'm like, oh okay, because I connected the dots already. So I'm like, I know what this is, and I was working, so I couldn't get back to him. Then he texts me later. He goes, did you read the text? The text says, I think I sent it to you guys. It was like, Joe, who's this kid, Josh's cousin, Jeff Clow's buddy, whose story is his story. Joe's at work, and some fucking random guys are telling the fucking story because they heard it here on the fucking podcast.
Gold.
So, and by the way, you know what his cousin said to Matt? I got a text before, and he goes, I like that he gave credit. So the credit is with you, Jeff Clow.
Oh, yeah.
Because fucking, you're a legend.
Hell
so
yeah.
that's fucking one of the best stories of all time, by the way.
Dynamite.
Dude, talking about comedic timing. Do you want to hear the joke I was going to tell him?
Yeah.
Because if I told it, I would have been like, this is the joke I told him. It's funnier that he's like, yeah, he just left,
Yeah.
but this is the joke. All right, Danny, tell us what happened with the Chinese food restaurant.
Well, first off, my birthday was last weekend.
Yeah.
Happy
it was.
birthday, belated.
Jesus Christ. I have one Leo here. We're just gonna fucking
Listen.
fly right over there.
I get so many birthdays in August. We've talked about this. Is it your kids are in the fall or your kids are in August?
Buddy, we did not plan this out well. 47 kids and a wife,
100%.
all snow. So like, can I just have my summer?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
My daughter's was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
8 years old.
Hell yeah. So she's right on the
Who gives a fuck about signs? Are you real?
women.
By the way, that is a great joke. I've said it before, but there was a comedian who's like, I like chicks who believe in horoscopes because I like dumb bitches.
It's a true story though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I'm a Leo because someone told me I'm a Leo, but
Yeah.
I think she's a Virgo. I think that's the first day of
Like,
her.
dude, if a chick says to you,
no
like,
clue,
oh,
huh?
No fucking clue, dude.
like if a chick says to you, like, oh,
right, well,
Pisces
speaking of
and Leo,
fortune
like,
cookies-
that'll never work, you just be like, well,
She's
talk
got you
about
crazy
Chinese
at that
food.
point.
like, do me a favor and go back to work in the
believe in
Tinder world.
the Chinese gender calendar, though. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
believe in that. It's been
Well,
right. Everyone
it's-
that we've
is that the
tested,
pig,
it's been
rat,
right.
Yeah,
no.
two
That's
kids.
the
no,
that's the
but I'm
Chinese
talking
year.
about
Yeah.
friends and family and every single person. It's
It's been right with my family.
4 kids.
4 kids.
My
never
2
even
kids.
heard of this.
So it's
If you bang on a Wednesday, it's purple or fucking blue.
yeah. Seriously,
Swear to God.
seriously. The day of the month of conception.
Yeah.
Is what you're gonna have a
True-
boy or a
true-
girl. Month
and
and
it-
year, and it hits every single time.
I don't know.
Yes.
The
I
Gillis
wish they
are
could do it
undefeated.
for fucking yes. Fitz is out too.
Yeah.
I wish they could do it for Mega Millions.
They
I got no
they
idea.
probably
like,
can.
dude,
They probably can.
like I'm.
Not telling us though.
No shit.
All right, so give us the Chinese food story. I want to hear.
No, I got to tell you about the North
Birthday
End
guy.
real quick.
We can't breathe
Okay,
over
listen,
the
hold on a
birthday.
second. Hold on. Let me
Kid
do
hates
this.
the fact that
Hold
I just
on.
knew it was my birthday.
Hold on. Hold
God
on.
forbid I celebrate
Hold
real
on.
quick.
Hold on. Let me do. Hold on. Happy birthday.
No. We don't need that.
to
We don't need that.
you. I thought you were looking for that.
No. I was looking Fitz for the other one of
I
these.
don't. It's.
You said you had one.
Hey,
It was a
I got
solo.
a.
It was a
Oh.
solo.
Hey, I got
have
something
it
for
here.
you.
That's
Tell your
dumb.
story. I got something for
Do you
you.
want this?
No, it's fine. He's got something for me.
Go ahead.
What's that, lime Rita?
No, it's a low
Go ahead.
carb.
Tell your story.
No free
I'll tell you
ads.
something.
Corona Premier.
Oh, all right.
2.6 grams of carbs.
So, dude, it was very, very low key to be honest. But Sunday, she was like, "What do you want to do for your actual birthday?" And I was like, "You know what? The Tangos run a very successful
Cannoli.
stand in the North End during the feast. They're big, like they weren't at practice all week, whatever. Real greaseball shit, right?
Real greaseball shit.
They're at St. Anthony Staten today. Go, listen, go
Do we
see.
have Italian on the show yet, by the way?
I don't think we have.
Fontana.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
And the fonts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also said he's half a Kelleher.
But, well,
his
yeah, but
mother
here's the
was
thing.
Irish.
That shows
ain't
that we.
half
That shows we're equal opportunity employees.
So the Tangos have, I think they said they have 6 stands this weekend. They had one last weekend. Fisherman's one was like
Fisherman's awesome.
It's
I
a
love
good
that.
one.
That's my favorite one.
Right? Here's my only beef with the Fisherman's one. Actually, with everything with the North End right now. Thank you, Michelle Wu.
All right, so just for
You
the people
cannot-
who are not from here, we're talking about the North End of Boston.
Yeah, it's
They have
Little
these
Italy-
various feasts.
Little Italy, there's like 3 or 4 feasts a year in the summertime. There's no more parking anywhere.
No.
So you have to park across the street. Unless you're from there, like you might have like a little lot where your uncle will let you sit there. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I park in Haymarket. The thing with the parking now is they don't tell you how much it is. You just go in, they're like, you're fine. Go in there.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
fucking Fitz
$75
was saying.
later.
Yeah.
And then they're like, come back whenever you're ready, and we'll just let you know how much you owe.
Yep.
Literally, that's what it is.
Yes.
It was $48.
Yep.
I was there for 3 hours, maybe. I was fuming. It's my birthday.
They got you.
Got me.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, and by the way, I got, I don't know, roughly 7,000 cherry stones. They were fucking
Endless.
Love it.
Are you a cherry stone guy?
Oh, love
100%.
You?
Love them.
I don't know what that
That's
is.
why I go to
You
the
know what
Fisherman's
we
Feast.
mean?
Raw clams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love them.
You
Never-
slurp those things
Yeah,
down.
like
Yeah.
a wet booger.
Yeah, right
I've
down
never
the
heard.
tongue.
I've never heard them called. that.
Cherry stones
Cherry
is for like
stones.
guys who like oysters with balls, though.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
that's
they do
real
the
shit.
big ones. They do the little
They
ones.
do- they have them all.
They got all the mixes and everything you can put in
The
there.
problem is with this, though, and I understand everyone's got to make their money.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it from the end of this driveway without spending $150.
Yeah,
How much were
yeah,
they
yeah.
charging for like 3?
$4 a piece.
Oh,
Oh wow,
that's a lot.
$4 a piece.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Now,
Especially when
I
you
only
do
had
24.
I only had my 2 little ones with me. I didn't have my 2 oldest ones who actually know the price of shit nowadays.
Sure.
My 5-year-old, she's like, "Can I do this? Can I do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're here, right?" Dude, $100 just on her playing a game.
Oh yeah.
In a game. And I'm like, "All right, cool." And then I looked at it and I was like, "What the fuck did I just spend $100 on?" And it was like stuffed animals this big. Like it wasn't nothing crazy.
Dude, I am.
Spent $200 on my birthday. On my birthday.
On other people.
On other people. And then I went to 621.
Thank God. Something
Thank
cool.
God.
salvage.
Finally, something cool.
And I saw my sister and she got me a drink.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, people actually care about me.
Yeah.
All right? The fucking food was lights out.
Yeah, of
right?
course it was. It's fucking awesome there.
Fucking great.
It's heaven. Like, dude, listen. First of all, I have, like, for my youngest daughter, like, I am such a pushover for her.
Yeah.
Like, my son wants for nothing. This kid is like, he goes to the gym, he works out, he plays football, he drinks a protein shake.
Tommy
he fucking
Canseco.
probably, he goes upstairs, watches The Walking Dead season 11, like a fucking loser, and then he plays fucking
Ask for rides from Liberty Bell.
Ask for lines from Liberty Bell, and that's it. That's all he wants. He goes, I found $12 in my bag and I bought chicken fingers. Like, I didn't give him $12. He wouldn't have asked. My youngest daughter's like, can I get? And I'm like, I just whatever I have, I will fucking get. I'm
Yeah.
such a fucking pushover for this little girl. I'm like, what?
What
like,
about
I'm like,
the older
whatever.
one though?
She doesn't really ask for much either, and she's
See,
like,
for me, my oldest is a girl.
Yeah.
And she can do nothing wrong in my eyes.
Oh,
and my
dude.
son like looks the wrong way, and I'm like, motherfucker.
so here's the thing. Like, I'll give you a quick example. So this is
Mountain
gonna
Dew on the way home.
I wasn't gonna do this rant, but I'm gonna fucking do it. So last year, so my daughter goes to Malden Catholic. Last year, I pick her up one day from lacrosse, like they have a lacrosse meeting. She goes, this fucking place came in with this guy being like, we're gonna fundraise and give me email addresses and all this shit. I'm like, you don't give him a fucking thing, right? And I'm like, this is like telemarketers that's on HBO now.
Oh.
Okay, listen. So I'm like, she's like, the
Everyone's
guy's going
tuning
like,
in, by
hey,
the
look at
way.
this freshman just got 600 in. I'm like, you don't give him a fucking thing. He's a used car salesman. I am a salesperson by trade. In fact, I'm one of the best in the fucking business. That's a fact. And I'll tell you a story later in the show that will prove it. That
Patreon,
said, I go,
Patreon.
do not,
Yeah, keep
do
that
not
for the
give that fucking, do not give that guy any emails, right? Tommy comes home yesterday. Now Melrose is using them. Now my blood started to fucking boil. I'm like, okay. Now I look them up, right? Because now you know from telemarketers, Danny. If you watch telemarketers on HBO, you got to watch it. HBO Max.
I haven't
Gold.
seen it.
One
They-
ep- one
they
ep-
take
one
up
episode-
to 40%, Danny. These guys.
One episode a week.
So they get your kids to give them 20 email addresses. They have an infrastructure on the internet because the people at the high school are too fucking lazy to sell the fucking tickets anymore, right? I'll sell the fucking fundraising tickets.
Yeah, so they're outsourcing.
So they're
to
outsourcing
Patrick
it.
J. Pespis.
So exactly. So they're doing 50 grand and these guys are getting 10 or they're getting, or that best case scenario, they're getting 10.
at least it's 40%.
Wait a minute, what are they
No, no,
putting on
no.
the top of it? What are they taking?
90.
You sell-
No, not these guys.
Bro,
But they're taking
60.
You got to watch
Sometimes
the
they're
show.
taking 60
You gotta
taking
watch the
40.
show.
90%?
You got to
Yeah.
watch the show.
So I'm about to, dude, I'm about to
Watch the
snap.
show.
Bobby, how many times have you ever got that phone call? Hey, you're now talking to the master.
Oh, I
You know
got
what I
hacked.
do? I'm
I
not
got
gonna lie
hacked.
to you. You know what I do? I fucking go along for the whole ride. I got nothing better to do. I'm serious. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll give you my social, I'll do anything. Hour later, the guy thinks he's got me on the hook, dude, and then I'm like, see you later. After like 2 hours, I hang up.
Click.
I'm
Listen,
being dead serious. I do it
that's-
all the time. I love it.
I pulled that off, but in a very long con where I got.
I do.
Where I remember how those prints of like, oh, you have some money
Yeah.
overseas things
Yep.
were going. This is 15 years ago. I'm sitting in my office, right, not doing anything I'm supposed to be doing. I get one of these emails, right, and it's like, hey, you have a bunch of money, like in fucking England, and like whatever. I go, oh man. I write back. I go, hey, I didn't know that, but that's pretty awesome. And I just let it go, right? So then they write me right back like the next day. And it's like, hey, we need you to wire 10 grand so that we can like free it up, right? So I'm like, listen, I got to be honest. You're probably going to need other expenses. Like if I'm being honest.
Can I give you 15?
Dude, I used to have this thing printed out. I go, you're probably going to need like another at least $2,500 just for the travel. And then the wire fees, I'd like to cover that.
bucks, yep.
Because I go, I didn't know about it and you're about to change my life. They are fucking going like, oh yeah, okay, well you could do
They're
that.
drooling.
And so they're like, wire on Monday. So I'm like, okay, give me the instructions. I'll be at the bank on Monday.
You guys
Monday
have-
I write, dude. I
I could
drag
never
it.
do
For,
this.
I drag it for a month.
But I ain't got nothing to
Listen,
do.
I drag this. I drag this chain for a month, right? I'm like, hey, my wife actually has cancer. I'm sorry. We had to go to a treatment, but I do need the money now to pay for that. But I'm still good for the extra expenses. Finally, the guy's like, I'm getting a little impatient. I write back. I go, I wish I could see all your dumb faces sitting around a fucking computer terminal, sharing a fucking bowl of like porridge.
Everyone's like,
waiting
come
for
here.
me to fucking
Guys, look,
We got another
send
one on
this
the hook.
fucking money.
Brendan ahead, loser.
Send this fucking money now. Obviously, I had my day in the sun. A couple of years ago, dude, all of a sudden somebody broke into my emailed a client that would be 38 grand. It
told
was
me
like,
this. I remember this.
And they were like, hey, all of a sudden I see this, I'm looking for the email from them, and I see it in my deleted files. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Somebody broke in my email. They were fucking making the emails from me to these guys and then back go into my trash.
Yep.
And they were trying to get them to wire the money out.
That's wild.
Dude, I
He
would have
told
never
me
got the money.
that's
I would have
wild.
never got the money.
Ago.
No.
And I'm convinced it was those motherfuckers that I dragged along. Like they were like, "I'll get you, motherfucker. I
had
will
a
find
vendetta.
you." Yeah. So we're in a stalemate right now. It's 1-1 right now.
And I know what you guys are thinking, right? Like we're not using accents and stuff. These guys are from Worcester. But
yeah. Let's just say they weren't from fucking Malden.
yeah, so they had beards. They
Yeah.
might have had a tan. They were from Luxembourg.
Yeah. Hey, so how was Maine?
Weird though, their name was like Jim or something. When you talking to them.
All right.
Maine.
My bad.
Oh, no,
my
go
bad.
ahead.
No. We're talking weekends. We said this wasn't going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one.
So it's Thursday. We're recording. We recorded Thursday last week. After Thursday, that was all my fault. Friday night, we went to Maine on the lake, swimming, fishing. Took the kids on the jet ski. We had an absolute blast. Good food. I brought the griddle, the portable griddle up there.
Sick.
Made steak and cheeses for the neighbors. Steak bombs. Had the salami in there, peppers
Yeah.
and onions. Cooked a bunch of good food. I was burning sticks by the fire. I told you that.
love it. I love
I'm
it.
not a
Brandon, I'm
dude.
about to burn a stick.
I'm not a cigar guy. I'm not. But then my neighbor pulled out cigars like a couple weeks
Dude,
ago.
I
told
love
you
the
guys.
idea of a cigar more than I love a cigar.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Bob, you a
I just
cigar
love
guy?
tobacco.
No.
I just love
No.
nicotine,
You
actually.
like, you like the smell of it?
Dude, I go to this Shriners thing, right?
Oh, I was here.
Dude, I go there
It's like a
every
whiskey-
year.
whiskey
They
tasting.
do the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right? They do a big, and I'm not lying to you. The smoke is, it's like 40-foot ceilings, and the smoke
Yeah,
is down.
I've heard that.
And I say to myself every year, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't like it. I'm not even kidding. You're eating your food, so they'll do like a prime rib, or
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
do like a fucking cheesecake, right? And you got some guy
It's
that's like,
stop, drop, and roll is what it is, dude. The
Dude.
smoke is just there.
you got
Just-
an old man sitting next to you, just like, bud, how are you? And he's blowing smoke in your cheesecake. And I was like, I was gonna eat that, but now I ain't. You know what I mean? Like, all right.
Your prime
For a
rib.
good cause, though.
Prime rib tastes like a macanudo.
Yeah, I went
I
to,
didn't
I
know
went
this
to
thing
that
was
one.
smoked.
You have a
I
cigar
went to-
crust?
I went to that once and I was like, this
Yeah,
ain't worth
no,
it.
it's
It
not.
ain't worth it.
And dude, I'm not kidding you. You stink for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife is like, strip on the porch, throw that shit in the laundry,
I
and
can
then you
smell
can
it
come
in my mustache
Yeah.
like 3 days
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
After
Insane.
showering and fucking rubbing hand sanitizer in
Dude.
my mustache.
Didn't you come with me to Keo's birthday party?
Wait. All right, hold on. Hey,
no,
hold
listen.
on.
I know.
I'm corralling this. Hold on. Hold on. We need to be corralled.
Pinball.
right.
So that
burn
so
sticks by the fire.
yeah. So we had a blast. Whole family had a blast. The funny part of this story is there's a pull-out couch and then there's like a twin bed, and that's it. We've been going to this cottage for like 5 years now, and we kind of have a routine. So we open certain windows and we get the cross breeze because we're on the lake and it's beautiful, fresh air. She's got an AC there.
Yep.
You don't want to turn the AC on when you're up at the lake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to hear the
I agree.
crickets and
I
the
agree with
bullfrogs
you.
and everything and the loons and everything.
Now you would fire that thing right the fuck up.
Well, so if it gets to be 85,
Sure, you gotta
90,
do
then
it.
we're going to do it just to kill the whatever. But it got pretty hot in there one night. Second night we were there, it got pretty hot. So I opened 2 windows that we normally don't open. They still have screens, but they must have had a hole in the screen.
You got attacked.
So the pull-out couch is very uncomfortable. So we put the kids there.
Power move.
And we turn the TV on.
We've all been there.
We shut out all the lights. We turn the TV on, and we sit there and talk and let the kids fall asleep. And then me and the wife take the comfortable bed. Now, as we're watching TV, the TV's the only light on.
Yeah.
So there's a shit ton of bugs there, right? So my wife. Now I'm just sitting there drinking, hanging out, whatever. I don't even
Burning
really notice.
sticks.
Yeah, no, we're in the house at that point. I don't even notice the bugs. She pulls like this little tiny ottoman storage bin over, stands on top of it, and she starts fucking killing bugs, right? So I go to the bathroom. I'm walking back in. I hear ba-boom. She falls off the
Took
ottoman.
a Dixie.
She took
Hey.
a digger. Yeah.
Twist. She's gonna hate that I tell the story, but it's
She's on injured reserve.
so twists her ankle on the way down, whacks her face off the pull-out couch metal bar, the corner metal bar.
In the name of Pulling the Cork fucking podcast.
By the
Yes.
way, one of my favorite people to ever listen to Pulling the
Yeah.
Cork.
Yeah, Mrs. Fitz, Melissa.
That's
yeah.
right.
She's an absolute star.
Yeah, she is.
So that's not the funny part. We go to urgent care. We go to urgent care in the morning.
In
Yeah.
Maine?
Yes, in Maine.
That's
Hey.
like an Indeed.com
It
fucking.
was-
That's how you get a job,
So
dude.
that's what we were expecting. It was awesome. In and out in an hour. X-rays done. No broken ankle. No broken nose.
It's just Google.com.
It was fucking awesome.
You sure it
They were
wasn't
great.
half emergency care, half veterinarian?
They're like, you look great.
Are you breathing? Perfect. You're good.
Copay, please.
Yeah.
The horse in
But they
there
took
next.
our insurance too.
Nice.
So that was great. Now we have to explain the gash on her nose and black eyes to everyone. That's where the story gets funny because now everyone's like, it's such a bullshit story.
Yeah, you went home to hit that
Yeah,
night.
you were having Mountain Dews
he
and
always
sticks
just mean
out by the fire.
Chugging Mountain Dews and went home to hit.
And you back in.
Dude, this is like why I could never do, like, remember when you're doing, by the way, quick plug, October 12th, stand-up comedy.
Giggles, baby.
Giggles, I'll be
We
there.
out
I
here.
got tickets, Fitzy has tickets.
Yeah.
Melissa won't have,
Which, by
she
the
won't
way,
have black eyes then.
a lot of people have like said like, "Hey, I already got tickets." I have no idea what tickets are right
Listen.
now, but it's you might want to get one if you want to
Yeah,
come and see me.
I'll be there.
Dwindling.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Remember, originally when you were doing, Sean was here, and we're gonna have him back before then.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, do you have stuff worked out, right? That's why I could never do stand up because anybody who would go to see it from this thing would be like, you said that on the show a million times.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
for like my theory about like when we're like, oh, they have the best hospitals here, right? And then it's like, what do they do when you go to Wisconsin? They're just like, oh, I don't know. Like you're like, oh, I get broken arm. They're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like fucking, they
No,
have
but-
no clue. Like,
but
but,
I-
like the best doctors are here. Like you get cancer out there, they're like, what do you?
I think
like they don't even know what it is.
I
Like,
think I literally did say it on the show. Like, this isn't no word of a lie. Taco Bell, Everett, Route 60 or Route 16, 16.
16, yeah.
She thinks she's with Brendan. She's fucking kicking. She's like, we gotta go to fucking
oh, the
Winning.
win. Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
really?
Winning?
That's what we're doing? So I bring
got
my
a great
fucking.
story about that.
I go, we're going up the hill. We get up there, and they're like literally like Googling how to deliver a baby.
Yeah.
Everything was great. We go back to her OBGYN, and they were like, or like George Bush says, her obgyn, you know? And he goes, hey, do me a favor. Next time you're feeling kicks, go to a dentist.
Yeah.
That's from a fucking doctor. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah. So, like, he goes, they're good for car crashes. They don't know how to fucking deliver a baby.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, listen. That's the funny thing is like that hospital's like a fucking 9-9 and a driver from fucking like Mass General. Do you know what I mean?
it's just not a
Like
convenient.
you can ride your bike from Mass General to this place that they can't treat you at all.
It'd be great to be like, all right, let's go to Everett Hospital. And it's like, awesome, straight ahead. No, you're going up to see the Grinch, dude.
Yeah.
It's in the fucking.
Yeah.
You get
It's
next,
on a fucking mountain.
It's by the Soldiers Home,
It's
right?
not fun. It's
by the soldiers'
Yeah,
home?
you and the soldiers are talking
Wait,
to each other.
is that
like,
where it is?
It's in Everett.
It's in Everett, but-
Oh, so that's
It's
Chelsea.
right there,
That's in
though.
Chelsea.
Chelsea
Soldiers
Soldiers
Home.
Home.
Yeah.
It's right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Dude,
Soldiers
I'm not
Home
lying
is
to you.
sad.
We were doing a job there, right? I was doing a job there, and I had a guy where the place, listen, behind the scenes of Whitten is ugly, right? I'm not lying to you. So we're behind the scenes, right? He gets his finger cut, right? He needs stitches. He goes, I'm getting out of here. I go, but we're in a hospital. He goes, I ain't getting stitched here. Dude, he drove to Mass General and got stitched. I'm not even kidding you.
I believe it.
I wouldn't bring my enemy there. I'm not even kidding you.
It literally happened to me where I was working.
I'm getting out
We'll
of
get
here.
into this when we start talking about.
But we're in a hospital.
They don't got stitches here.
Nah, I'm good.
When we start talking about work, I'll get into this, but like I worked nights at Home Depot, like when I was starting my company, and I'm like sitting there, and I was putting together a grill, and I cut. Obviously, it was a fucking chopper oil. It was not a Weber because I would never would have cut it on a beautiful Weber. It was a fucking piece of shit, fucking poor person grill. Cut my fucking hand open, and I'm like, fuck, I need stitches, and they're like, all right, well, they're like we'll. I think they said like they'll pay for it because it was on the job, but they were gonna send me the Whitten, and I'm like, oh. My buddy was like,
I got money.
No,
My buddy-
I'll eat that cost.
my buddy Levy's like, dude, he goes, there's a reason you haven't heard of this hospital, and you're from fucking 10 miles away.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, I don't even, by the way, I'm so, there's not much country club about me at all. The only thing about me is
There's
hospitals.
hospitals.
Because my two sisters are nurses, and Maggie's just anal about like where she goes. Like like Melrose Wakefield. I worked there. That was my first job, first fucking job ever working there. Right? It's fine. Like if you can get. By the way, you can get over to Winchester that time. That's a real hospital.
Hey, that's top
partnered
notch.
with fucking like.
That's top
They're
notch,
partnered with
Winchester.
children's and everything. So like
Yeah.
you got a direct in there. Like
You want to talk about a pawn from Melrose
you
Wakefield?
are the biggest Melrose Wakefield guy I've ever met.
Hey, and talk about a great cafeteria.
Yeah.
Great.
By the way, this would be the time.
Melrose Wakefield's mushroom pizza. Hello.
This would be the
Let's
time
go.
when Kevin Ma would say Melrose Wakefield's a fine hospital, Brendan. It's a fine hospital.
It is. It's not bad.
Yeah, so anyways, I think we can establish that the Whitten is not
better than
sponsoring
anywhere in the
this episode.
social.
No. By the way, speaking of sponsors, real quick, let's start with the first ones. Lily Peas. LilyPeasChicken.com. I mean, listen, 50 Binney Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. The Lily Peas Chicken Hot Chicken Hotline. One of the first spots of the show, along with Extra Effort Hockey. Craig Richards.
Yep.
Right? There's a free ad. 50 Binney Street, craft cocktails, the Lower Broadway. This is our home away from home, right? Usually when we do an event live, that's where we do it, right? I play tunes there. I go there on Tuesday nights just to fucking hang out with my guy Judd. That's my buddy's name, Judd, and play bluegrass. Chris Parsons, executive chef. The food's amazing. People love it. They let my son go in the back room and have their ice cream. They probably won't let you do that, but that's fine. 50 Binney Street, and they have Hub Hall. If you're going to a Celtics game, but it's starting soon, right? Pats are going to start soon. Celtics are going to start. All that stuff's going to happen. Preseason, Hub Hall. You get yourself a chicken sandwich. It's going to be way less money, way better than anything you're going to buy in the game. Bella's Roast Beef. Bella's Roast Beef. BellasNA.com. Do you hear me? Bella's. Do you hear what I'm saying to you right now? The best fucking roast beef around. Okay? That fucking... Listen, I'm a roast beef guy. We're roast people. Like, we're trash people. We're roast beef people. That's trash people. Am I right?
Yeah.
In the best way you can be trashed. Roast beef. You want to be the best roast beef sandwich you've ever had in your life, and I'm not talking about trash, right? And you can listen. I get it. There are places, craft places doing this, right? On Saturdays. And they're fucking unbelievable. But you want to go on a fucking Tuesday? You want to take your dad out, right? And you want to say, hey, I want to get you the best roast beef sandwich in the world.
Do you want to be Facebook
I
friends
want a
with the
brioche
fucking
bun.
with one of the best guys that has a fucking
Has a fucking sick pool in his backyard.
Quick little
Saugus?
drink in a pool at fucking 9 o'clock at night.
Guy treats you like royalty.
I got a guy.
I got a guy named Harry.
Yeah.
And his wife Sandra, who literally is like a labor of love. Like they don't even need to be doing this.
No.
But they're like just throwing out fucking fire beefs. That is our home. By the way, we got a sticker on the fucking door. What's up?
That's what we do.
Right? It's North Shore Beefs.
Yep.
Pulling the cork.
Right there.
I mean, what do you like?
What else you need?
Like, listen, it is awesome.
What else you need?
BellasNA.com. I recommend, for me personally, big beef, brioche bun.
Oh yeah, the brioche fucks.
It's the best.
So good.
I'm not gonna talk about the toppings. I don't want to get Danny sick over here. But I did dip
You've
some
already
fucking,
done it.
I did dip some fucking fries and mayo tonight.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I may have.
No, you didn't.
I'm not
May
mad at
have.
that move.
That's such a good
You
sauce
guys
for
are
fries.
Brazilians.
It's so,
Listen,
so good.
It's a Brazilian move.
Dude, it's a European
sauce.
It's a
dude.
Brazilian
First
So,
time I
move.
ever
hey,
saw it. All right.
shout out to Chris Shelley.
Yes.
Chris Shelley's in Portugal right now. Drew us, portrait of us.
Yeah.
Beautiful portrait.
He and my buddy Dave.
Everything that they order in Portugal comes with a little side of mayo.
So why do you think I would ever go there?
No, you don't have to go
Sounds
there.
like a
I'm
bunch of
just saying.
gentlemen to me.
Yeah,
You know what
I agree.
mean? I'm serious.
Danny thought you were coming in here on
Bobby
his
Connearney,
team.
say you grew up poor without saying you grew up poor.
Dirt poor, dude. I was gonna say Project Barbecue sauce, dude. Mayo and ketchup on everything.
So that's,
you know what I mean?
that's what kills me is how you grew up. Mayo should be a staple.
Again, you don't know my mother, dude. Mayo was everything. My mother.
It just
So
just
you
freaks
OD'd
out.
on mayo.
I never had it. I would
Oh,
come
yeah.
home and I would just watch her tomato mayo sandwich on toast, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'd
Every
kill
day.
that.
I love that
Salt
I
and
would kill
pepper.
that thing.
I would eat
Salt
that
and
right now.
I'd
pepper.
kill
Every
that
day.
thing right up.
Oh, by the way,
Every day.
real quick, hold on.
I'm going
Go ahead,
home
keep going,
to
keep
eat
going.
No,
that.
like if like I'm not kidding. Like my sister Tammy would never come on here, but like she would be the one to be like, you have no idea. Like that's all we had. It was that and Hamburger Helper. That was it. By the way, Hamburger Helper, fire.
No, it's crazy. I hate hamburgers.
What?
I do.
Stroganoff?
Dude, because I ate it so much as a kid.
Oh, I'll crush it right now.
Ma would be
Oh my
making-
god!
Yeah.
All right, can I talk real quick about my Asian experience today,
Oh yeah.
please, Brendan?
Was it a hand job?
It was not, dude.
You do.
No, you do.
Bobby Connearney. Do you remember Dragon
stop.
Island?
Of course I do. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, it's now called Fortune Corner, and
And
it
hand out
comes
massages?
and it comes with the best orange chicken you've ever had in your life.
Really?
Swear to God. Swear to God. I did a dishwasher today for one of your neighbors back in the
Nugget
day.
Ice?
Yeah.
Springdale Street.
Yeah.
Okay. Great family. And I was like, I'm literally like doing the dishwasher and I was like, I want orange chicken. And I know that they fucking have it. So I was like, let me order it. Like online.
Yeah.
And it brings you to this thing called beyondmenu.com. You go,
Yes, they all use it.
they all stink.
By the way, once again, I've said it again. They all use it. Like, is there anybody like poster boy for racism right,
Right,
here, Brendan
yeah.
Ahern? I gotta get my Malcolm X hat out quick.
This is
That thing
fucking,
needs to make a comeback.
this is one of the worst fucking whatever.
Slow for me.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, beyondmenu.com,
Yeah.
right? So I'm trying to figure out like timing wise because I have to pick up my family for cheerleading and football and all that shit and work. So I'm like, let me know when it's ready, because I'm there. They're being cordial. I had a beer there, whatever. Zero. I signed up for their text messages, right? Signed up.
Yeah.
I've never. Do you sign up purposely? Never.
Never.
Right?
Never.
But I was like, all right, I'll sign up for this because I want to know when it's ready and I can leave. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Next thing you know, like again, these are good people, good family friends. We're talking, of course, but I didn't get one fucking text.
Yeah.
So I call them. And they're like, it's been ready for over an hour. And I go, pardon me. I signed up for your fucking.
Pardon me, sir.
I signed up for your service where it says you were going to text me when it was being cooked
Yeah.
and when it was ready to be, I know where it is.
We had
Yeah.
an agreement.
We had an agreement. I signed it. You took my money and nothing has been done yet.
They didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
He hung up on me.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Danny Gillis, not happy.
No.
So I pick up my family and I go, you're going to have to wait 1 second. And it was precisely like Goodfellas when he goes, Karen, stay over here. And he goes, beats the shit out of the guy with the fucking. I went in there like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretending like there's a menu there. There's no menu in a Chinese restaurant,
Nah.
right? I went up there and he goes, how can I help you? And I go,
I'm Danny Gillis.
who do you think you're talking to? And I looked right at him and he goes, did I just talk to you on the phone? I go, you're talking to me on the fucking phone. And I fucking went, berserk.
Yeah, immediate.
I went Bobby Connearney in a Chinese restaurant, and I went fucking bananas, dude. And the guy prints out this little fucking paper. He goes, you got to talk to these people, beyondmenu.com. I go, I called you. I called you, dude.
He's trying to pass the buck.
So I go, no, it's not how it works, dude. I go, if I want to call Beyond Menu, I want to call Beyond Menu. I want to call this fucking place. And he's like, well, this has been ready for over an hour. I go, is it hot? He goes, probably not. I go, well, you fucking. And he fucking just, He gives me someone else's order, I'm pretty sure. It's still in my car right now.
You got a poo-poo
I
platter.
might
too.
eat
I
that
have no
fucking
idea
shit.
what it was.
I might eat that fucking shit.
My fucking head is fucking...
Did you just order orange chicken?
No. For me, yes. Just orange chicken.
So what else
Just
did you
orange
get,
chicken.
though?
I'm never going to eat rice because rice is overrated. And I'm with a Puerto Rican...
Wild. This is fucking.
This is wild
This thing
talk.
gets wilder.
Put fucking mayo on rice.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Rice is very overrated. Let's be honest.
Come on.
What kind of rice we talking about? White
Mitch
rice?
Hedberg has the greatest joke ever. He says, if you're hungry and you want 3,000 of one thing, have rice.
All right, so listen, hold on real quick.
Fuck
I
that
got
place.
John.
And it has great orange chicken.
Never go there again, though.
I won't, but someone else might for me.
I got John out in fucking a true corker.
Yes.
This guy shipped us out
I can't
fucking
believe
Fago.
this.
That has got nothing in it. Trust me.
Fago.
Fago
Straight
fireworks.
fucking
So we wanted to try this
Juggalo
stuff.
shit.
I've never had this.
And by the way,
This is
neither.
Juggalo
I've heard
juice.
about it since I was 13 years
so I
old.
think
Yeah.
Mike Sullivan was like, you can get it at any
Dollar Tree.
store, which might be true, but you can't get fireworks.
Yeah. No.
Fireworks hard to get.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
All right. This is now. I've been posting
What's
pictures.
it taste like?
We haven't
Tastes so
tried it
good,
yet.
dude.
No.
Is it good?
Brandon has tried.
Oh,
it.
that's
tried
right.
it. So they thought I was going to drink it all.
Next fraud episode. Here we go.
Yeah, they thought I was going to drink it all. I had one each Friday with a
Tastes
vodka.
like a. Tastes
Is
like
this the OG or is this like a special?
No,
No,
flavor?
this is like a
Special.
special. This is like we are like insane clown posse in the fucking.
Look
like,
at
we
my
are-
face paint right
dude,
now.
we're gonna self-do juggalo tattoos with a Gickus tattoo after this. You ready?
We're gonna, you better be
Yeah, I'm
fucking
ready.
ready.
Taste test. You
Yeah,
ready?
let's
All
go.
right.
I'm fucking in.
It's fucking great.
Wow.
I'm in.
Tastes like a bomb pop.
Yeah, it does.
Tastes like a bomb pop.
That's very good.
It's very good. He was right. It's got a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
you know,
does. Yeah, it does.
here's my beef. Maybe it's I don't know if it's just the way that it is it flat? There's not like carbonation behind it.
No, I've heard that it is flatter than other sodas.
It's also got vodka in it, so.
Yeah,
that
it's
might
yours
kill-
has vodka in it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I put vodka in yours.
Can't even taste. Dude, the sweetness kills
Dude,
the
he
vodka.
told me it goes great with
You
vodka.
told him, you go, yeah, there's nothing in it. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
no,
well,
it's
it's
like
There's nothing in his.
Yeah.
Yours has vodka in it.
No,
Did
yeah.
you
Well,
see
that's
it?
what I'm saying.
Wait till you
Nothing.
watch that. I'm like, sitting
By the way, we got
Yeah.
left side of the bar, right side of the bar. I'm pouring Bobby's over here. These go over here.
What do you got? Tito's in there?
Yeah. No, that's actually Deep Eddy, I think.
dude, then in that case, this is a fucking 9.7.
It's 9.7.
Dude, this is fucking very
I'm the juggalo today. You know what I mean?
I love
Everybody
it. It
come
does.
to the
It
greatest
literally
show.
tastes like a bomb pop.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Now, that being said, Brendan said he's not country club. He's got nugget ice in our drinks right now.
Okay, can
He's
I
got
explain
fucking
something?
nugget ice.
All right,
Country
all
club.
right.
Yeah.
Let me give you. All right, let me give you a backstory.
That's some silver
I'm
spoon
not-
shit.
No, I'm going to
If
give
you're
you
a
the
soch,
backstory.
you're a soch.
I'm going to
Just
give you the
embrace
backstory.
it.
I'm going to give you the backstory. My wife, who is the best, I fucking love her.
Maggie,
I've
shout
let
out
her down on various
Shout
holidays
out to
and
Maggie.
birthdays. I have. One time to save some money, I got some fucking Uggs from overseas that were one was longer than the other one. I'm
started shedding.
I'm one of those guys.
They started shedding their
Dude,
fur.
they were like they started like one started at her knee, the other one started like at her mid calf. Right? I've fucked up enough.
These are
So
hypoallergenic. She
I'm
starts
looking
breaking out.
this year. Maggie's like
They're shedding and she's breaking out.
Exactly. So this year, I was like, she's like, I want like a fucking ice maker. And I'm like, all right, because whatever. We were doing the regular fucking poor people shit, the fucking, just the ice trays. And so I'm like, all right. So I get on Amazon and you can get an ice maker, right? That makes like kind of nugget ice, but like the size of a quarter basically.
For like $75.
For like $100.
Yeah.
This fucking ice maker was like $4, but I'm like, I'm not fucking up this time.
Yeah.
I'm giving no room
Yeah.
for like
Real
Error.
nugget ice.
real fucking shit.
Real nugget
real
ice is
greaseball
legit.
shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm getting the nugget ice.
You
Let
know-
me tell you right now, it's
you know what-
changed our lives.
Do you know who has great nugget ice? Melrose Wakefield Hospital. No
Yeah.
word of a
Oh,
lie.
they actually do.
I swear to God.
They do. I work there. They do. But
Dude, this is $400 ice.
this is $400
I'm
ice.
drinking this thing with my pinky out.
That's what I'm talking about. This is Country Club Ice, kid. This is Country Club Ice.
Nice to be around money.
By the way, one of my buddies who's like a good friend of mine.
You're in Melrose right now.
yeah,
I feel it.
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
fucking, we're drinking
In a
real.
solo cup.
Yeah, don't let the backless hat fool you, kid. You know what I mean?
We're drinking
Drinking
insane,
Faygo out of a solo cup with
insane
crushed
clown
ice.
posse bomb pops with
But I
fucking
knew it
nugget
smelled
ice.
like money in here.
Exactly, dude. As my buddy used to say, my buddy Jeff Downing, he goes, those great guitar playing hands you have. He goes, Like you've been counting money your whole life. Get some Situate in the meantime. All right, so we're gonna talk about work today, right?
Dude, it's good. It's pretty fucking good.
It's great.
really good.
It's great.
It is a great
I just
soda.
chugged this whole thing. Yeah, it's
great.
I got no
Mine's
shame
almost
in it.
gone.
It's fucking excellent. It's excellent.
Pure sugar.
It's excellent. All right.
Violent C.
We're gonna talk about working tonight, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna talk about. Which I think is a fucking amazing
I
subject.
got some crazy jobs.
Best jobs,
I
worst
do
jobs.
too.
Okay, so last thing I'm going to say, I think I started, then I think I left off. So the Patreon, if you want to join it, you can join it. Obviously, you get the show every week. You can do whatever you want.
For $0.
Here's the one thing I ask you to do, though. I do ask this.
Share
if
it.
you are going to, share it.
Do the right thing,
Subscribe
dude.
to it.
Cost you
on
$0
YouTube.
for that.
Share it. Do that stuff. That helps us out a lot. And then people like Josh's cousin end up hearing about it, even though they know the story already at work. That's really cool. Because I do think this, and I'm just going to say this right now. I think this is a fun show. I think this is a good show. I fucking love doing it every week. I think it's good. We put a lot of work into it. We do.
Yeah, I
we
have a
actually
blast.
put a lot of fucking work into it.
In
Right?
Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, you can follow or subscribe to us. And on Spotify and Apple, you can
leave
set
a
up
review.
automatic downloads too.
Yeah, and you can leave a review.
So you know that the show's out. It'll
Yeah.
give you an alert that the show's out.
Yeah, like my wife won't even subscribe to it, but you can. Is like what we're saying. You know what I mean? All right. So, by the way, I'm saying this right now too. The amount of talent in this fucking room right now.
We're doing worst jobs or best jobs?
We're doing it all. We're doing it all.
Yeah, I got a list.
We're doing it all.
I seen some shit.
All right. So now usually like every once in a while I'll play a joke song. Right, I'll make up a joke song. We've heard that. I do that on the show. I did the Too Tall. We shared that reel today.
Too Tall was a
Too
fucking
Tall's great.
riot.
But today I'm gonna play a real song. I'm gonna play a fucking Merle Haggard song called. And if you haven't heard this song, as Kevin Meyer would say, you got a dump in your pants. The song is fucking unbelievable. All right, the song is called "Working Man Blues." All right, hold on. See if I can do it. Too much Fagel can sometimes have an effect.
Follow us on Instagram too for
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Brendan's Too Tall song about
Yeah.
the giraffe man.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram for the reels that Andrew Fontana hasn't made yet.
Kid wants to get fucking paid for $0.
Let's see if I can remember how to do this. By the way, here's the funny thing. This new song that Men of North Richmond or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. This is
Dude,
right.
can we talk about it real quick? Real quick?
Here's my thing.
He's an ugly fuck. Ugly fuck.
I think he's a beautiful prick.
No, he's not. He's massive
What's wrong with a
overbite.
ginger? What's wrong with being a ginger?
Nothing, dude.
I used to stop that.
Dude, talk about a guy with an underbite. That overbite can get fucked royally. He's a.
I think he's a good-looking man.
Yeah.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's terrible.
Because
looking.
like as
Beautiful
as
soul.
Will Noonan said in this fucking thing,
Irish
the Irish
people-
are many things, but we're not sexy. There's no Pornhub section for Irish.
Hey,
like
shout out
there's
Tom
everything
Brady.
else. It's like
Shout out
Andy
Tom Brady. Enough.
All right.
Checkmate.
So my point is this.
Yes.
It's like a big point of contention right now with this song about like how, whatever, like, what's his like? You know, is it right wing? Is it left wing? This song came out in 1965 or whatever it came in, right? And the last verse,
On a
so you
Wednesday.
can judge, right? Oh, by the way, Fitz, I'm expecting midway. I need you on fucking bar drum.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
Let's go. I killed it for Josh.
Well, it's a big job getting by with 9 kids and a wife. I've been a working man, then every moment of my life, yeah, I've been working.
Hold on.
My 2 hands are fit to use. And I drink my beer in a tavern. I sing a little bit of these working man blues. But I keep my nose on the grindstone. Yeah, I work hard every day. Yeah, I get tired on the weekend. Yeah, after I draw my pay, but I keep working. Yeah, come Monday morning, I'm back home with my crew. Yeah, I drink a little beer in the evening, sing a little bit of these working man blues.
That's one place I won't be, cause I keep on working.
I can't relate.
I got 2 hands that are fit to use. Yeah, I drink a little beer in the tavern, sing a little song about these working man blues. Yeah, I just drink a little beer in the tavern, I sing a little song of these working man blues.
Shout out to Red Wing and Thorogood for those working man boots.
That was awesome.
So,
What a talent.
That's
I mean,
weird,
listen,
right?
What a talent.
So crazy.
The man just fucking walks up.
This
to the
guy's,
whole-
this guy's my friend and he plays a guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Hey, hey, we should-
I
hey,
never
well,
had a friend like that in my life.
it's like I never had a friend with a pool that was not above ground. You know what I mean?
No,
Bullshit.
No, but then you were like, damn, like I've never been on welfare, and I was like, fuck, man, I can't relate. Sorry.
All right, let's talk about working. But I wanted, by the way, check that tune out. It's a fucking hot,
Dude, that song's
cooking tune.
fire.
It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
hot cooking tune. All right, so do you want to start?
Best or
We'll
worst?
let Bobby start. Bobby's the
Whatever-
guest.
yeah.
Let Bobby start.
Best or worst?
Whatever you
Whatever
want.
you want.
Best,
I just
worst,
want-
I gotta
doesn't
do
matter.
bad first.
All right,
Bad
do
for-
it.
all right.
I'm
Do
just
it.
gonna throw out one, right? And then we'll go.
Sure.
Are we going around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cucka sucker. The porta potty guy.
No, you didn't.
Absolutely. Dude, you couldn't pay me enough money to do that.
You did it though.
No, I didn't do it. No, I thought this was just bad jobs.
Oh, it could
Oh.
be. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
bad jobs. It could be what jobs.
Oh,
you
I
want.
never
And it could
did
be
that.
jobs you did or jobs you didn't do. Just
Oh.
jobs that are bad, jobs that are good.
All right. Everything on my list is what I did.
See, I didn't
Okay.
know that. I thought it was
No,
either
no.
bad.
It doesn't matter.
Hey.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's open.
Hey.
It's open.
Hey, it's like an open forum, buddy.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm in. But what I'm gonna say is, so you've been on construction sites, right?
Sure.
When that guy pulls up with that truck,
How
right?
bad does he look?
Dude, and never mind when he opens up that.
It's
truck,
always a
it
guy,
just
by the
smells
way.
like shit
If
and
it's,
regret.
if it's
That's
90, if
He
it's
took
90
he
out,
took the sleeves
it's
off his
awful.
shirt, no reason at all. The worst
we
tattoos
call-
He's
ever.
ripping them off. He's got horrible tattoos, and he's just sitting there with a smile on his
What's
face.
up, brother? How's everything?
And the
Hey,
atrocities that are in that thing.
Sometimes he has a hot hat on
Oh,
for no reason.
No reason.
Chicken Little, take that thing off.
Dude, the whole job site stinks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, God,
It's
geez,
so
the
bad,
cockasucker's
dude.
here, right? And you look out
Yeah.
there, he's got not a can of world. He's ripping a butt, no gloves
Hey,
on,
no
just
gloves,
sucking that
no
thing out.
gloves.
You're like, you savage.
Yeah, no
Cousin
gloves.
Eddie style.
Just
No gloves.
exactly, exactly. Just clean out the old septic. You know what I mean? Like, that's
And
to me.
You know he's way past due on his tetanus shot too.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
dude.
He is Texas.
Zero protection.
His name's Ten to Steve.
He's literally walking around.
Dude, that's why I died. I think I told this before the show, but we went to my buddy's wedding. It was down in like Connecticut. Talking about some country club shit, right?
And man, porta potties.
Anyways, like my buddy was actually like a trash person from New Hampshire who married this girl. We didn't know she had money. Back then, like when we were like, you guys are a little bit younger than me, but like back then, like if you went to school with somebody, you didn't know if they were rich or not. You didn't have Facebook and all this shit. You have no idea. Like if they were a normal person, they're not gonna tell you that shit, right? So like we go down to their wedding. It's like on the ocean, kind of, and they had it at this house, and it was sick. And fucking poured piss buckets, right? But we look over, and I'm like, I did an hour on this. Well, there's these porta potties there, right? And they say Scotty's potties, and I'm like, imagine like you're Scotty. And like people are like, dude, what have you been up to? It's like, oh, I got my own business. What is it? Scotty's potties. Like I died laughing. I'm like, dude, that's what you call it? No, I'm like, how about just like fucking West Windsor, Connecticut, fucking porta potties.
Yeah.
Dumb
He's like
host.
Scotty's potties. I'm fucking put my name on this.
Nah,
Like,
his name was probably Theodore.
dude, but you know what it is? You know what it is? I feel like everybody I love, there's nothing more I love. Like my name does not lend itself obviously to having a Y on the end of it, right? Nobody's like Brendan E. You know what I mean? But like my son is a Tommy. My brother-in-law, Maggie's sister's husband, who's one of my favorite people in the world, Bobby. Her brother's Robbie. Like, you're a Bobby,
Yep.
right? Like
Great name.
I love a Y on the end. You know what I mean? Like
Danny
I love
Matty.
it. Danny
Fitzy.
Matty. Like that's it. Like that's
Gilly, I got two.
Gilly.
dude.
Gilly.
I got
that's
two.
it. Like,
Oh,
like
that's right.
it's a sign of like you don't. Let's just put it this way: you very rarely will go to a country club and meet like a like maybe a Bobby, but like you're not meeting like a Tommy or like you know what I mean, like or a Robbie. It's like this is fucking Rob. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, Rob it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, exactly. Like at one point, my son doesn't. He's like he'll talk to me like I've talked about this before, but like and he's funny, but like I bring him to his haircut and the girl that cuts our hair is like I don't even know this is your son because he's like fucking doesn't say shit, right? Like, But I said to him one time, like, they started calling Thomas at school. I'm like, you got to tell them you want to be called Tommy. Like, you have to tell
does he
them.
want to be Tom?
No. I
'Cause,
asked
like-
him that the other day again. I'm like, do you want that to be? Because I'm like, it's cool, whatever you want.
People ask me, like, if I go to a job site, they're like, you prefer Danny or, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
They're like, you like Dan? I'm like, don't you fucking dare.
Dan stinks.
I am not from Kentucky.
It stinks.
So my
stinks.
name's Robert, right?
Yeah.
Nobody calls me Robert. You know what
Until
I'm saying?
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody will after that.
Did
It's
you
like
listen to the nickname show?
Yeah, I know. It's either my mother or the judge. Those
Yeah.
are the only two people that call me that, right? so I'm in trouble both times. So that's what I'm saying. Like Bobby is like, hey Bobby, you know what I mean? Like we were just
The
talking.
fan
about,
dude. Hey, Bobby.
That's what I mean.
It's the best.
You know?
All right, so I'm up on work stories. So I'm going to tell this story because Matt Clow, who we talked about earlier, his cousin Jeff, who has the Larry Bird story. This is a fucking unbelievable story. So for one of the first jobs I had was I worked for this landscape.
Before you go any further,
Yep.
is there any more Fago to do a thingamajig?
There's a fucking jillion Fagos.
Dude, it's so good.
It's so good.
No, I know, but like I didn't
Wait,
even.
hold on. They're on the back porch.
All right.
So just wait, they're right there. They're right.
Moon mist right here.
No, yeah, that's the fake Mountain Dew.
You want the Mountain Dew?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Do you
just
need
want-
ice?
I just
I wanna be
kinda.
correct tonight.
Is that in the back porch too?
No, it's in the house. I can go get
That's
that for you.
fine.
in a
No,
minute. I'll go get that for you in a minute.
But buddy, do you think it's my first rodeo without ice? I can make this happen.
There you go. Hold on.
Thank you. I didn't even know that was wild. I didn't even know that was in there.
All right, so I'll tell the story because I
Sorry.
told it to so Matt Clow likes the story.
Moon mist.
Me and my buddy,
What a stupid name.
yeah, it's great. It's Fago.
Fucking Michigan fucking
Dude,
idiots.
we're gonna be drinking this till October. It's gonna be great. It's like, dude, this is like.
How do we give it back to him, though? Like, what do we give to him?
Dude, you know what it is?
Dr. Bob?
Dude, he's the best. You know what it is? This
Wait,
is
what's
like.
the root beer we got?
No, we got like it's like a berry drink or something.
No,
I
it's
got one of those.
IBC from Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, I think so.
You could send
no
that-
A&W, isn't it?
A&W.
A&W.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want vodka.
I'm like, you want
This kid delivers soda for a living. I don't think he's like probably not dying to have extra. You know.
moon mist?
All right. So this is one of Matt Clow's favorite
Any
stories.
good?
I used to tell this on the sales floor, fucking at fucking construction jobs. So I go to work for my buddy. My buddy's like, "Hey, I can get you this job landscaping." There was this guy who lived up the street who started a landscaping company, McNeely Landscaping. We used to call it Wearing the Blues, McNeely Blues. Great blue shirts. And so we're working there, and my buddy Steve is this guy's neighbor. Steve's loving to death. It's like a caddy down in Florida now. Professional, like not a professional caddy for like the PGA Tour, like he works at golf courses as a caddy. Trash person, right up our alley, right?
Good guy.
Good guy.
Local guy.
So, anyways, local guy, good guy. So
Union
Billy
guy.
O'Leary.
I got stickers in the car.
So
Love it.
So he goes. So we're working. And back then, like if you were in the truck, you had to all sit in the front seat. Big trucks, you have to sit in the front seat. There was no back seat. It was like a dump. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, we're all in the front seat, and so we're working with this guy on a fucking Friday, right? And like now, like I said, this was his neighbor. Now this guy was a lot older than us. That owned the. Obviously, we were only like 20. This guy was probably like 27. This guy Jimmy, who owned the company, and we're in there, and this guy is like, I just started working there. My buddy Steve's been working there for a while, and this guy who's driving the dump truck is like, or the truck is fucking like, good bit older. Like he was like probably my age, like 45, 46. So we get in there, and Steve moves his like shirt, and there's a fucking fifth of like blackberry brandy there. Half
yeah.
gone.
Been
right?
there before.
But
Not
then he
me
goes,
personally, but I've
he
seen
goes-
it.
So the guy goes, he just looks at me and Steve, and he goes, hey, he goes, Friday's my day.
Yeah.
And he goes, and Jimmy fucking knows it, all right?
Be cool.
And like I'm like sitting there and I'm like, all right, yeah. And by the way, we were smoking so much weed and doing so much shit on this job, these sites, like that, like we didn't care, but then Steve was like, then the guy asked, he was like, hey, I think that guy's been drinking. A couple people have said, so he had to tell him because he's like, he was his fucking neighbor, and he's like, this is his business. Like the guy crashed with the truck or whatever, right? Anyways, so he's like, yeah, so he's like, turns out he goes, Jimmy knew nothing about what was going on Fridays. Like the guy actually turned out didn't even have a valid license. Like back then, like you didn't even have to like turn in paperwork.
Guy
It was
was
like
absolutely pickled.
absolutely took all the time. Dude, I
Yeah,
could see
just driving to work,
I
getting
could
around,
see
no
the look
license.
in this guy's eye when he looked at us. He's like, hey, Friday's my day.
Yeah.
Jimmy knows it, all right? Like
you and Jimmy
I
didn't know
and by the way, I think every day's your day, buddy. Like every day of the week. Like
You can't turn that off.
dude, when you watch somebody go into a liquor store, we've all seen it a million times. And you're sitting there, you're waiting with your 18 pack or your bottle of wine for your wife or whatever. And all of a sudden the guy in front of you's like, hey, give me 3 of those Mr. Boston Nips, and I'll take the short one of the Evan Williams. And you're like,
Evan Williams.
we are going in the wrong direction in this life. You know what I mean? Like, we are not going up. We are not going up. We're going down.
Hey,
Like,
you know it's bad when you have 4 nips and it comes less than $3.
yeah, dude, but you see that, you're like, I feel for you but I'm like, we're going in a bad way. Like,
How
we
old
gotta
were you at this time?
when this happened?
Yeah.
I was like 20. Like,
You must have been in awe of this man.
oh, I was
know
like,
what I mean?
I didn't know. I was like, oh, we just crush Coors Lights on fucking
Yeah.
Fridays at the golf course, like after like it gets dark.
Yeah.
I didn't know about like.
Yeah.
Like I had been around drinking my whole life, like going to the Elks, my dad shit. Like I'd smelled it on my friend's dad's breath for years, but like
You're like, that's
you know,
tequila.
when I was making out with him, you know what I mean? But but like I hadn't like really been like, oh, I've never seen like a real functional alcoholic on a job. You know
That's
what I
all
mean?
functional though.
That's all I know is functional.
Brendan gets in and he's like, here, read this road atlas to me. Because it was fucking, think about
Yeah,
that.
MapQuest.
26 years ago, dude, you had a
Yep.
book of
Dude,
fucking road
you had to plan the
atlases.
route.
My father literally was like, hey, I'm going to give you my truck. Because he had multiple cars. He goes, I'm going to give you my truck. You take over the fucking payments. And I go, what's the payments? Like, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. He goes, you need a truck. And I'm like, all right, I guess I need a truck. You know, it was like $100 a month. And I think he was like, bullshit me. He just wanted fucking, father shit. And I looked in between the seats and I go, Dad, what the fuck is this? He goes, it's a map. And I go,
That's how you get around.
I go, you don't leave Malden, dude. What do you need this for? He goes, I needed it back then. It's just still there. Show it to my dad, dude.
Well, so I worked at a moving company back around that time, in all same thing.
One of the hottest jobs that you ever
terrible.
fucking had.
Worst, that was going to be one of my worst.
It's right
ever.
up there with Porta Potty, by the way.
But then you're
We're still in the north end.
3
today.
guys spread across the cab of a truck. Someone's reading
Yep.
the atlas. Someone's trying to fucking drink their coffee, and the other guy's
Is it
hammered at
called
the
an
wheel.
atlas?
Yeah.
Is it called an atlas or a map? It's a map.
Well,
We used to have a map book. You
The
remember?
book-
The
the
book would
book
have
is
every
called an
city in
atlas.
Yes.
alphabetical order.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so if
Call
you're in
bullshit.
if you're in Malden, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm
And
telling
you
you.
get to the end of Malden, it's
Yeah,
gonna say
you had
go,
to- you had to
go
flip
to
the page.
Well, yeah,
No,
go,
they
to
go to
page
page 8 because it's in
69.
alphabetical order.
Yeah,
Right.
because it goes
So-
back to
Oh,
fucking
you're
Everett
right.
or
You're
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
So it was called an atlas that way? That's
called an
dumb.
atlas.
Dumb. That's dumb. That's stupid. White
But
people are
planning
stupid.
your routes, I would never forget it. Like when you get in the construction van in the morning as an apprentice, they'd hand you the book. And you'd be like, all right, we got to get to, Wilmington, how we getting there? And then
Figure
you'd
it
have-
out, kid.
And you'd be like, where's and he'd be like, and then like, you're like 45 minutes out and he's like, you know what I mean? They're
Take a-
screaming at you.
I think take a left. I think.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing worse than when you're a kid, like, and you're working at, like, that McNeil Landscapes. I'm working this, and all of our accounts at that time, like, Melrose was very different then. Like, it just was. Like, it didn't have as much money in it as it does now, right? And this side of town, specifically, like, this actually where we are right now, we're on the upper east side of Melrose.
Hell yeah.
What's up?
Hell yeah.
Where the fuck are we?
Listen, but if you go like a street over, that's where the money is, right? Like we're still in actually like there's like my neighbors are from East Boston, like they're actually like we have regular people over here. Over there we get the real money, right? Like we're not comfortable with sipping tea over there.
Fuck
right?
those motherfuckers.
There's a black church right down the street.
There is. By the way.
right.
By the way,
Hey,
Is
also,
the guy out? Is the guy out right now?
one of the
Mal-
best. One of the
Malcolm
best.
at hats. Malcolm hats are everywhere.
Dude, that's all I rock. On Sundays when church is in session, that's all I rock.
Salam, my brother.
By the way, I'm planting fucking Black Lives Matter signs, wearing my X hat, like playing my guitar on the front.
Thumbs up, everybody that drives by.
thumbs up. Like, don't burn my house down. I'm scared. No, but on the other side of town. So, anyways, all of our accounts for this company were really like either rich areas of Melrose or like Saugus had rich and Malden had rich areas. Like up on the hill there in
Edgeworth.
Malden.
East Border Road.
Yeah.
Dude, we had this house up
Amherst
there. It was
Park,
fucking-
Edgeworth, yeah.
Dude, we had a house
They're
up in
not-
Malden. We used to do it was
they're not
amazing.
real.
Melrose.
They're not real.
Dude, we had a house up in Melrose that was, Malden that
They're
was a
Malden,
mansion.
but are they?
What is that house? What is that house? It's like up on the fucking hill.
The one that you take the corner near the Rotary?
It's huge. And it's like on the you can
East
see
Border Road.
Yeah.
That's I'm
Dude, it is
guaranteed.
insane. We used to
Yeah.
cut that lawn. It would take half a day.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like you feel like you're actually not even in like it's not like people would be like, oh, you're like an Andover. No. This is like you're in like a fairy tale. Like that's how the type of fucking house.
Beautiful over there.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
It is.
So, anyways, we do this.
Hey, when we make it fucking large, that's where I'm moving.
I love it.
Because
I
that's the
can't
only
wait.
city
Hey,
that
you
will
want to hear
accept me.
something crazy?
What do you got?
When I was younger, right, and how you said making it, right? Granada Highlands.
Oh my God!
You'd look up. I'd be in the projects in Linden Project. I'd be looking up. Be like, one day I'm gonna live up there, right? And now,
Hey, now it's
all I
Section
get-
8
that's what I was
housing.
gonna say. All I gotta do is qualify for Section 8 now. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it was the
Dead
best.
serious. When we were kids, Roger Clemens lived there.
Yeah,
Wade,
Wade
Boggs.
Boggs. Yeah.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
Wade Boggs, dude, you
Yeah.
Wikipedia him right now. We
Yeah.
had like 48 beers in like a 2-hour span on
Yeah.
a fucking flight.
Yeah.
What a psycho. He'd be fine with, he'd be
That
fine
was
with
me.
Paul McCook podcast.
So anyway,
He'd be a good guest. Wade, if you're listening.
Get in there. So what I was gonna say was that we would like, you graduate up. Like you start on the trimmer, right? It was the same thing as McDowell's.
Right.
First you're starting on the fucking broom. He goes, then you're on lettuce. Now you make it now the big money starts rolling in.
Fries, baby.
Yeah, fries, baby. The big money starts rolling. So I'm like on the fucking mower, right? And I'm like sitting there and like, you ever work a commercial mower? Like you guys probably have, right? Like, all right, so it has 2 guns, right? So like,
Grew up in Somerville.
I
Dude.
love
There's
this
no
by the way.
lawns.
I love this. The one thing
No
manual
lawns.
labor.
You hose down
This is the one manual labor thing I have over these guys because they grew up on cement. So it has 2. So basically, all right, you know a regular mower, right? A regular mower just runs.
I got
right?
one now,
Okay.
yeah.
So what a commercial mower does, it has two levers on it, right? So when you hit this, right, on
Oh,
the right,
you go
it moves
left.
right,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it takes
No,
hard
left.
right to left. Yeah, sorry, it takes left. Yeah,
It's
exactly
opposite.
right.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so I'm
Fucking
like cutting
jerks.
this person's lawn up on like fucking like this nice neighborhood, and all of a sudden, dude, I'm like,
Jump the
I'm
curb.
listening to like Howard Stern, just like probably higher than a fucking lab rat,
Yep.
right? And I like hit the fucking left one and thinking it's the right, and I go right into their fucking like hydrangeas,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, this is bad,
Take it
right?
out.
Like, and then I remember the guys like, oh, I don't know if you could have you on the mower anymore. I'm like, could you get me lower in your life? They were like, I don't think we can have you running the lawnmower
Here's your
anymore.
weed whacker.
But you're back on the blower.
Dude, that's how low I was. It was like,
Hey,
I
grab
was
the
like,
rake. Just put it in a fucking
Yeah, the
bag.
hand rake.
dude, I felt lower than fucking Ponce Cup. And I remember there was this kid that worked there, right? So it was a rad crew of people. When you work in a manual labor job in your 20s, like, 'cause I like had to come home. My dad was like, you are getting shit grades. You know, I'm not paying you for go to school, so I had to come home for a semester. So I'm working into the fall. Now, when you're working in the fall, landscaping,
Oh, clean
you are
outs.
not
Yep.
working with the summer crew. You're working with the crew.
It's a D squad.
We're talking fucking dudes who don't have much else to do but drive their IROC Z's.
Just talking
around,
about me and
right?
you, Bobby.
Absolutely, 100%.
You guys would be a step up from what I had going on.
You're working with the guy with the sleeve of
Dude, I
99
remember-
bananas. You know what I mean? Nips in his pocket.
So like, dude, there was this
Why does he
guy.
smell like that at 8 a.m.?
Dude,
Don't
there
worry
was-
about it, kid. You drive.
Yeah.
I'm 11.
And imagine he's the guy that's judging him running over the hydrangeas.
Dude, I was like,
What an idiot this kid is.
I mean, I was being treated like a fucking peasant.
Yes.
Like I was like, oh,
Yeah.
look at this idiot who doesn't know how to run. I'm like, by the way, that landscaping company went under. I just want to say that, okay?
Well, I
should've
know
been
why
running.
now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Saw that one coming.
But dude, it was like,
You ran over an old lady.
dude, when you're at work, when you're like 20, we were 20, and all these guys were like 25 or 26. So like they would like take us out. We'd go to their apartment and stuff, and we'd party and like get high and do whatever we did, right? And like, but like we couldn't go to the bars with them. So like they would be like, hey, I don't know, you guys can just stay here and watch TV. So it's like what we would do, and then they come home, obviously not getting laid because they were losers,
Right.
And like that was my life for like 5 months. It was like I was just like, and I remember being like, I gotta get better grades because this is bad, dude.
I gotta get
Like-
out of here.
I'm like, I remember like the 4th time, I'm like, we're playing PlayStation at this guy's apartment. They're coming back and they're like, want to order Chinese food? I'm like, this is bad. Like, I was becoming like, I'm like the guy who I
I'll
see.
tell you about a Chinese food
the guy
fucking story
yeah,
now.
the guy with the Evan Williams and the double shot. I'm like, that's me. I'm heading for that road. I
You
gotta
got
get
a
outta
glimpse.
here.
You got a glimpse into the future.
Dude, I stepped in there and I'm like, I gotta fucking change my life right now.
It's good you had the wherewithal to change it up, though.
I barely did, dude. I'm always
I love
floating the
those
line.
times.
I was just
like-
gonna say,
I
I
was like,
settled. I'm like, this ain't
is
that
fucking
bad.
great.
No,
I could do this.
dude, if I'm being honest, I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But then when I would go back to school, I'm like, I missed this. There's actually girls here.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was actually my main driver. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no girls in this guy's apartment
No.
at all. Like, there's a bong and there's like the Spice Channel. That was what they had. Like, he's like, we paid for Spice. I'm like, what are we all gonna jerk off together? Like, oh, fuck.
Spice Channel when
This
I was
ain't weird.
Spice Channel when I was growing up.
He's like, only if you want.
Channel 61.
61. And Playboy was 60, and it was blue.
Only if you feel like
You
that.
have a black
Whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We saying the Spice Channel with the
Spice
Channel was number 61.
And then
Playboy was 60.
Yeah.
And you would have to hit the toggle switch on the black box to
yeah.
get it
You
to
catch
come
a
in.
quick
Yeah.
tit real quick. And
Yeah.
you
no,
get
the
fucking-
fuzzy line, and then you'd be like, I think that was a tit, but it could have been a guy, girl. I don't
Crack
know.
stick. Crack stick in
was something.
0.2 seconds.
American Pie when he's like, oh yeah. He's like, man, shut the fuck up.
All right, so I thought about a lot of bad jobs that I've had. I've had a lot, dude.
Yeah.
But like you just got like, I was gonna say landscaping. Dude, working for Rent-A-Center is the worst job ever.
What is it?
Rent-A-Center.
Were you on the repos? You were on the repos?
No, dude. So Rent-A-Center it's an easy gig, dude.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to rent this fucking couch? You can have it for $7 a week for the next, I don't know, 93 years of your life,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Dude, we used to rent mattresses. Gross, dude.
The most disgusting
Right?
thing ever.
Disgusting.
All right,
That is horrible.
All right, now think about that. A week later, I got to go pick it up. Right?
Like they couldn't pay the next week?
Gross. No, just because they just were like, yeah, I'm not going to use my mattress. I'll use somebody else's.
Or they were cycling the bed bugs. You get what I'm saying?
So,
They had one on order.
so,
It wasn't
so
there yet.
half of our job was like getting orders. Like people would come in, blah, blah, blah. You want to get a couch? Perfect. Here's this. And it wasn't commission. I didn't get any fucking
Yeah, nothing.
nothing.
You're
Zero.
like Pat Pespis.
It was just what you did.
Legend.
Patrick J.
Thank you.
Fucking put some respect on his name. All right. That would be half our
Whistleblower
job.
extraordinaire.
Yeah.
My
And
guy.
then, and then
He needs a picture now.
the second part of
does.
your day was you used to have to call, and if they answered, if they owed money, and you'd have to go and grab their shit. Well, if they didn't answer, there was a third list, and you just have to go to their house, apartment, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. I was 19 years old when I started this job. It was very easy. Like, dude, it was moving furniture. If you wanted a couch, bring it in your house. Sucked. You have to learn geometry. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
Going up a triple decker, fucking moving a fucking sectional in there, sucked. Okay.
I played Tetris.
Yeah, good. You think you did?
No, he was a mover.
Yeah.
He moved.
Yeah. Work until come work with fucking Rent-A-Center real quick, dude. Used to be called Rainbow Rentals in Malden Square.
remember
bro.
it.
All
I
right,
remember
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're like, you got to go to this house. I'll never forget this, dude. Knock on the fucking door. Mom answers. She goes, "Yep, we're behind. I'm sorry." And I walked in, and it was a car bed,
The kids.
and the kid is sitting on it.
It's terrible.
And I said, "Here's what we're not doing.
Yeah,
Taking this fucking
it.
bed.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Keep it."
They weren't home.
So I went. You have to like fucking
Document it. all this
document
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
And this dude, I'm not gonna say, not that he gives a fuck. My man's name was Toothpick. He was my fucking. They used to call him Toothpick. Everything else, like fuck everything else. He was like, "Were they home?" I go, "Yeah, they were home." Like, "Why didn't you take the bed?" I go, "Why didn't you take the bed?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Little
fucking
kids
doing it.
Little
Yeah.
kids sitting in it.
I'm not getting
Sitting
that
on
blood
it.
money.
Yeah, fuck off.
Watching the fucking TV.
Yeah.
No, you
I'll
don't
never
that.
forget it.
Can't do it.
You know, I'm all set.
Yeah.
And he's like,
But they're like, dude, those Rent-A-Center people are just the same as the telemarketer people. They're all the same.
so
Yeah,
he
dude,
ga-
it's
they're fucking
built.
bottom feeders.
It's built to fucking
he,
scam poor
so
people.
he
Yeah.
gave me
Terrible.
So he gave me shit with that, right? And I was like, all right, cool, I get it. It's a business, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, write me up.
Right? So fucking have someone else do it. Bring the fucking sheriff in. I don't give a shit.
yeah.
The next day, I will never forget this day. Like that was enough for my life. I was cool with that.
Yeah.
That was the worst job ever from that day.
Yeah.
The next day, I go in and get a couch, and I get a gun pulled to my fucking cranium.
Shut the fuck up.
Cranium. Inland, no doubt about it.
Where were you more scared? The fucking needle to your neck or that gun?
The needle to the neck was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's.
Needle
Dude,
to
you know
the
what's
neck was
happened to
pretty
me
bad.
in this neighborhood?
I don't give a
Nothing
fuck.
like that.
Then-
Some guys like, do you use Titleist irons or do you play in pins?
You still playing Blades?
the needle to the neck was pretty bad, dude. But the gun, like bringing out, he didn't like put it. I exaggerated that part, but he was
He
like,
let you know he had it.
he had it, cocked it back, and I was like, dude, this ain't worth.
Yeah, I'm good.
And what were you picking up?
A coach.
Over a couch.
A coach.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
He had no shirt on. He looked like DMX without a bald head. Like he had braids.
You can have it.
I'm like,
So you
buddy.
look like, so you look like me.
Hey, do you want to work?
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to work for Renaissance? I have a fucking truck out here. You can have that too.
Yeah. You could do repos.
And how much you think you were making at the time?
Oh, at
$12 an hour.
That's what I'm saying.
15.
Yeah.
And then like it was no word of a lie. I know what week it was. My mother had just passed. Celtics won the fucking championship, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to the championship parade.
Yeah.
And it was that week. I remember that it was that week. That was my last 2 days on that job. So let me tell you something. Renaissance people, I'm here for you.
The workers, not the owners.
It's the fucking worst job ever.
Dude, because there's some guy who owns that company who's a piece of shit. Who's
Yeah, the
playing
owners
golf
are-
at
no,
some fucking
dude,
like
he's playing with the
country club.
Sacklers.
But he's hitting
Exactly.
for like
He's playing with the
50.
Sacklers.
Yeah.
They eat off of the fucking
Poor.
Dude, it is.
How about fucking...
The older I get, the
Sheriff-
more I'm just like-
As we're fucking doing this, Chris Mohan fucking just messaged. He goes, have you ever seen Painkiller? I go, what do you think the fucking thing was
Yeah.
about, you retard?
Come on, Mohan.
Come on, buddy.
Richard Sackler, what a piece of shit.
Ugh.
How
You get a
many
picture of him
fucking
up there.
weights have we went to,
Yeah.
bud?
Dude, it is. we're
Drain on
talking about-
society. Absolute fucking.
Hey, shout out to
Pariah.
the...
I just think I think it's like this. Listen,
Shout out to the real people, though. Bobby C, how many years, dude?
Coming up on 12.
12 years sober.
Oh, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, wild. Dude, that Renaissance thing gets me because I come from such a long lineage of white trash. It would only be a matter of time till I'm like, Uncle Rick, I gotta get that coach. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a matter of time until I bump into somebody. I'm like, oh fuck! Like somebody's.
There would be a guy. This is no word of a lie. Super Bowl weekend, right? He'd come in on a Friday. He'd be like, "Hey, can I get this?" This is before flat screens. We're talking 2000.
Yeah, Sony Vegas or whatever.
The rollout tube TV, you know the one that sat on the floor.
And he'd say, "We're gonna." I'm still cool with these people, kinda. And they would say, "Hey, we're gonna bring it to this club. It's not the IA, by the way."
Yeah.
And they go,
But,
"We're
it's- but it rhymes with Ry Ray.
No, it's not. Swear to God. Yeah. And he goes, we're gonna get this for the Super Bowl. This is before fucking, the
drop down
all
screen, the
that shit.
projector, all that shit.
And then they'd be like, we're just gonna get this for the weekend. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But
Yeah.
Renaissance would be
Come
like,
grab it on Monday.
Exactly.
Renaissance, but like it'd be cool if it was a handshake agreement. Renaissance wouldn't do that. You had to do like a week at a time. They only wanted for 2 days. So they're like, all right, now what? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. He goes, well, now I'm going to keep it for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to get a pay-per-view. You know? I'm like, all right, whatever.
By the way, I'm announcing right now that this is going to be just like holiday coordinators.
Yep.
Any work episode, Bobby's going to be here for. Because this could be like, there'd be like Guinness Book of World Records longest podcast. You could go for fucking
I could
ever.
keep going.
Dude,
could
he
go
didn't
forever.
Fitz didn't even go yet.
We're not.
I know.
No.
And we don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be work. Just like Josh, every 6 weeks we could have Bobby on.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just gonna be like we have. By the way, other people are like, oh, I can't. We gotta try to get this famous person on because people will listen to it. Nah, who gives a fuck about that famous person? They stink.
How about the famous
How
people want to
about
reach out to
Clocky?
us?
We need Clocky back.
Clocky needs to come back.
Clocky is a legend.
Oh.
He is hilarious.
Dude.
Hilarious.
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 The one time
He can hang with the best
Dude,
of
the
them.
one-
Absolutely.
I've experienced Clocky in so many.
Per plus.
Like my father's favorite thing that's ever been done on the show. He goes, the Per Plus just fucking blew my brain out of my fucking head. Like, Clocky is the fucking
But the
gem.
way, just like I remember him sitting right there, just saying it like nonchalant. He's
Oh,
like, yeah,
dude.
you get the per plus and the fucking.
Dude.
And I'm like,
Clocky, dude, that shit rolls out of him like rolling out of bed.
It was
it's fucking
insane,
easy,
dude.
Like, and you know what is funny about like somebody like Clocky? It's like when I first met him, I've told that story, but I'm like, who is this fucking guy with ZZ Top beard and a fucking Friday the 13th shirt on? And like all of a sudden he's saying shit to me that I'm like, that's 4 levels smarter than anything I could think of.
Yeah, fact.
like he's
Yeah.
dude, he's thinking like 9 steps ahead of you at all times. Like
It's natural too.
Oh,
It's not rehearsed. It's just
Not
rolling.
forced.
You know what I mean?
Not forced.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like when it's forced, like I listen to podcasts sometimes and they're forced and
Yeah.
it stinks to listen
Yeah.
to them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But like,
you don't want to force fucking podcast.
no, you don't want to
No,
force
it's gotta
humor.
be- it's gotta be natural.
You know what I mean? All right.
Fits.
All right, so
Fitz, you're up.
here's my first one, and I'm going with.
I think it's your first one.
Yeah, this is my first one. Well, I talked about moving
The
companies.
shitless list of shows.
We can skip my moving companies one. That was terrible. I fucking
Can I
hated
get
it.
anything? Anything. I don't care what it is.
My first one, I'm going with a good job, a great job that I had, right? I was 14, 15 years old. I had to get working papers. You guys
I remember.
deal with that? You have to go.
Absolutely.
Your mother
Yep.
has to go and
Yeah,
sign
yep.
off and say, hey,
Yep.
yeah, he can work. It's cool. And I worked at Brigham's in Arlington. And I think I mentioned this
Ice
before.
cream?
Yeah, you did mention it,
Remember
yeah.
I said I was a soda jerk?
Yes,
Diddy
yeah.
had no clue what the fuck a soda jerk was. It's just a dude that stands at the counter and makes fraps and ice cream shakes and
Shout out to Fraps, dude.
yeah, fraps are the best.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fraps play a key role in this fucking story because
Love it.
Shout out to
fraps,
Fraps, dude.
fraps were $2.99. Any city
Little
kid,
expensive for Malden, but whatever.
any city kid worth his salt, right, is gonna take advantage of 1 penny as change. Anyone see where I'm going yet?
Nope.
Okay, they don't count their cups. So you sell as many cups as you want,
Yep.
and they don't keep track of the cups.
You
They
did,
don't
though.
keep they don't
You
keep
did,
track
though.
of the ice cream, right? So when I sell a frap for $2.99, if someone gives me exactly 3, I take my own penny, not the company's penny,
Yep.
and I pocket the $3, hand them their frap, and give them my penny.
Oh, they weren't doing a running tab. So,
Nothing.
So the
They
$3
had no
went right in
clue.
the pocket.
$3 straight to me.
Absolute great house.
Hey,
By the way,
if anyone knows why I'm bringing this,
you know how I know I thought I was fucking hot, but you know how I know I'm a country club buck?
Anyone
I
knows
couldn't
why
follow the
Brigham's is
scam.
done, dude.
I couldn't even follow the fucking scam.
Yeah,
I'm softer than church music.
Fast forward, 20-something years later, Brigham's is out of business.
You single-handedly sank Brigham's, dude.
Brigham's out of business. I don't know if you've been at Fitzy's house, but he's got 47 acres of land.
And now they were
Big Brigham sign inside the garage.
prices would constantly change, but certain shit would always eventually end up on like 98 or 99
Yeah.
cents, and I would just have a chain. They give you an apron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you the tools to fucking rip
Yeah.
them off.
Yeah. It's
I
like
used
they
to come
wanted
in.
it.
Yes,
like they were asking for it.
they basically
It wasn't
said,
called
please
Brigham's, it
rob
was called
us."
Fitzy's.
Yeah, I know.
So I would just have just a bunch of change, and I would just be like, "Oh, see right there, it's $2.99," and they'd give me $3, and I'd give them a penny, and it'd go straight in the pocket.
How much money you think you're pulling down a night?
At least 100 every night,
Dude,
Love it,
you
love
like
it.
And
that's
then
back
nice,
in-
dude.
Hey, and
We're out of cups.
That's back in back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, I'll tell you right now, I've been taking a fucking edge my whole life. Like, never in a bad way. Never in like a fucking, I'm not a guy who
Takes
like,
like a penny, dude.
dude,
Turned it into $3.
Yep, immediate.
dude, but I'm saying like, you're stealing from Brigham's, fuck Brigham's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's how
Like,
I feel too.
Dude, you were making fucking what, $4 an hour? So it's like,
I want to say 305.
yeah, and you're fuck,
They
whatever. Give me
consider
the
you
other
a
three.
waiter, right? So you
Yeah,
got
it was nonsense. It was
because
terrible.
I worked at Friendly's.
because we had tips.
I worked at Friendly's, and I did the
In
fountain.
Stoneham?
I know in Woburn. When we moved out of the project, we moved up to Woburn, right?
Really?
Oh yeah, I was there for like 2 years. Yeah, and then we moved back to Malden. We moved to Linden Square. So, but while I was out there, in order to
They
get back,
allowed you out of Malden, dude?
like a ship in the night, I snuck in there. You know what I'm saying?
if you had never told me this, I'd be like, what?
Dude, so I'd be up there, and back then, so I'm coming from the project. That place was like the sticks to me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't know anybody, so I'm like, I'll go up here and I'll work at Friendly's or whatever. And I worked at the fountain. That's what they called it, like when you were scooping ice cream.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it was the biggest array of the most sideshow people you've ever met in your entire life. I'm not even kidding you. There was a cook there that had 2 teeth and they were in his pocket. I'm not even shitting you, dude. This kid was absolutely bananas, right? And then the waitresses were all banged up. Everybody's banged up, and I'm like 14 years old, like coming from white trash. And I'm like, oh, these are my people. You know what I mean? So I sit right
Sister!
in. Yeah, exactly, dude. But dude, everybody was stealing. Like that restaurant.
Did you guys save the whipped cream cans at the end?
Save them,
Oh,
dude. I'll
dude,
tell you.
snort
great-
the fuck out of
no,
those things.
so
Whippets?
they'd give 8 on Monday. 8
Santa
cases.
Amigos.
8 cases would
Yeah.
come in, right? So we'd go in the walk-in
Waste them all
cooler
and then go.
and we'd take the bottom case and get
wrecked.
Right, get wrecked. But the problem is that once you take all the nitrous
It doesn't
out of it,
squirt.
dude, it comes out like liquid.
Yeah.
So the manager, right, because I'd be banged up in the walk-in, cross-eyed, right? So he'd be at the fountain doing like the Sundays or whatever.
It's like, why is this milk?
And he poured in. He'd be like, who's doing whippets? You know what I mean?
Bobby, you're up.
I'm up.
you got-
I got a great story. So if
Okay.
we're going with, so in construction, when you get up to a management level, right? I'm gonna say it's a good job and it's a bad job, right? So there's
Yep.
high highs and wicked low lows, and I'm gonna tell a story, right? When I became a general foreman, right? I'm on this job, huge high rise.
By the way, shout out to fucking Bobby, dude.
Yeah.
My guy right now.
Wild, right?
I know Bobby. Like, the fact that where he is right
Kid took
now.
a picture of a calculator today. By the way,
Danny shamed me.
I was so
Like, no Texas Instruments.
So, kid sends a picture of a regular like solar calculator.
Yeah.
I was so busy at work today, which usually isn't the case. I was dying because I'm like,
Well,
that's,
dude,
I want to write back. That's
hey,
the one I have.
hey,
And I'm still
hold on.
fucking up my finances.
He goes, hey, the AC's killing me. I'm like, fuck you. You
Yeah.
get a real hit. Get a real calculator.
But he's on a lift. He sends me a picture, and I said, stinks like AC in here, bud. You know what I mean? So I become a general foreman. I'm gonna tell this quick story, right? I become a general foreman, high rise, 13 stories, 50-something guys, right? I get thrown into the lion's den. It already had been going 9 months. I had to fire the original general foreman and step into his position, right? First week, I walk in there, right? This guy, he's all banged up, right? He's got sunglasses on. It's 5 a.m. You can see the imprint of a curb across his face, right?
Jesus.
I say, hey, bud, rough night. He's like, oh, yeah, it was crazy, right? So I walk in, and one of my foremans comes over. He goes, Bud, I don't want to name his name. We're going to call him Tommy, right?
Yep.
He goes, Bud, Tommy had a rough day yesterday. I said, why? What are you talking about? And he was like, dude, he was at the 9s throwing them back at like 11 in the morning. I said, Bud, we're not even on lunch at 11. What are you talking about? He goes, that's not even the bad part. So he comes here. He goes, he's blacked out. I go, all right. Yeah, like that's par for the course. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's
yeah,
it. Happens.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
happens,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'll have a talk with him. He goes, no, that's not it, dude. He goes, he was trying to suck his apprentice off.
What?
Right hand to God. Now me, see that reaction you just had? Same thing. I go, yeah, all right, buddy. All right, really, no, what's going on? He goes, Bobby, I'm being dead serious. He goes, the kid came up to me, he told me, da-da. I go, oh, great. So now I'm thinking, man-on-man sexual harassment? They don't teach you this in foreman training. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, right? So I'm like, get the apprentice down here. So I talk to the apprentice. I'm like, Bub, what's going on? He's like, nothing. I'm like, Bub, what's going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, nobody's getting canned. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I just need to know what's going on, right? And he's like, buddy, he just kept asking to suck my dick. And I go, really? He goes, yeah, I kept saying, like, come into the closet, I'll pop you off, this, that, and the other. I was like, was he joking? He was like, bud, he wasn't joking. Oh my God, Jesus, right? So
What is happening with electricians?
But
dude?
wild, and that ain't the first story, right? So I get up to the guy's working in the penthouse. I go, Tommy. He goes, yeah, I gotta talk to you, right? Now picture this, right? At the time I'm like 37 years old. This guy's 60, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Been in the local for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
So I go, Tommy, I gotta talk to you, bud. He's like, what's up? I go, listen, the drinking, it's gotta stop. I go, you can't do it on the job site, dude. He's like, I know. He's like, Bobby, I'm sorry. I got a little banged up, this, that, and the other thing. I go, and I look over my shoulder, and I go, and in no scenario can you suck your apprentice off. He goes, white as a ghost. He goes, I never said that. I go, but everybody knows you said that. And he goes, never happen again, boss. I said, all right, cool, right? Now, I want to get away from this awkward situation
as
as
fast
fast
as
as
possible.
possible, right? My phone rings. I'm not kidding you. This is day 4 of being a general foreman, right? My phone rings. I go, Bobby. I go, what's up? He's like, so-and-so fucking took a spill off the ladder. You got to get down here. I'm like, what? So I run from the 13th floor all the way down, right? This guy's sitting on the curb, right? His arm is broken. Bone hanging out, right?
Oh.
Now, he's in shock. He looks at me and goes, boss, I think my arm's broken, right? I go, but there's
shit.
nothing to think about. I'll go get the truck. We're going to Mass General. You know what I mean?
We're going to the win.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I bring it. Dude.
Winning can handle this.
So listen, I drive him to Mass General, right? I get him checked in, this, that, and the other thing. I go to the drag. You know how they got the drag of the Connex
Sure.
boxes because it's still a high rise, right? I go in the Connex box, right, and I bury my face in my hands. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
This ain't for me. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, like, yeah, I get to be in an AC office, but have you ever had to talk to a 6-year-old man about fucking sucking an apprentice's cock? Because I have. You get what I'm saying? That's bananas, dude. Bananas.
Dude, I can hear right now.
The kid's arm would have sent me back to the tools.
But
Listen,
I said, I'm
After
like, dude,
dealing with
I don't
all
have
the
to
gay
deal with
shit,
this.
and then the kid's arm, I would have been like,
Bobby, do
"Hey,
you-
sorry,
do-
this ain't working out.
Do
I'm
you,
going back to
do
the
you
tools."
miss working in the field?
So it's hot. It's yes and no, right? So a lot of times, because I'm an outside super, right? So I go to the jobs, and I say this all the time. People don't call me for the pizza party. They call me when the fucking place is burning down.
Right.
They're like, Bobby, this fucking thing's going haywire. The inspector's saying no. We got this, that, and the other thing. I don't know what I'm doing. You got to get over here. And then I have to go there and solve all these problems. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then I have to allot manpower and this, that, and the other thing. I hate that part of it. But when it's like, you got a good foreman with a good crew and things are moving smooth and you're like, this kid knows what he's doing, like that's the great part of it. If I could put my tools on, I used to be a decent electrician. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Then they gave me an iPad. Now I suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Do I miss the tools? 100%. But sometimes I find myself putting them on because, like, if I got a junior foreman dude that don't know much, I'll go there. If it's only like 2-3 guys, I'll be like, but I'll come and I'll help you out. We'll do some things, and I get to put my tools on. But
I'm not sucking anybody's dick.
yeah,
all right?
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so weird. Like we're just joking about it, and then
Yeah.
it's a real story.
no, it's 100%.
All right, real quick. Because, by the way, this is the thing about this show, as we said. I get so fucking... John Dilworth, as we talked about, Dilworth and Sons, now loyal listeners to the show, by the way, in the Delco area, I'll give him the free ad. If you're in the Delco, which I don't know if we have a single listener in the Delco other than John, but John, if you want to get some great work done to your house, you should do it yourself because you are the best in the business down there. Wicked Cornhole, all right? Bruce and Stacy, fucking awesome people. 1-8, by the way, I now know how to do it without even fucking looking at it. 1875 rear. Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Why am I not surprised,
Okay?
buddy?
Main Street, rear, Tewksbury, Massachusetts. I'm talking about people I respect making fucking boards. The guy, the general, who I would lay down traffic for this fucking guy, works for them, all right? His work ethic's great. No shit, his nickname's the general. This guy would come in here and he would fucking literally, like, I would be very afraid that he could beat all four of us up. He's a fucking legend. And he's not a tough guy. He's just one of those guys. He could also make the shit out of some boards. Bruce and Stacy make the best products in the world. By the way, if you're from around here, that's who I send to them. I put the ball in their hands. And by the way, if you're looking for a fucking gift, it's fucking tailgating season. Pats are going to be on.
Oh.
You need cornhole boards. They make mini boards. They make quadzilla boards. Do you need those? I don't know. Probably not. But you probably need their backyard boards, all right? Baltic Birch. Best fucking builders in the business. Support local. Support you, all right? They're supporting us. I am expecting this of the non-fucking Patreon people, right?
No, I was just saying I had a few people that I just made friends with because I'm going to South Bend. You don't know this?
No.
Oh,
Let's
Bobby.
go to Notre Dame.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right, let's finish the ad.
My bad.
Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
land the plane. But some people listening right now,
Yeah.
that like trying to figure out how we're getting cornhole, tailgating, all that
Okay.
shit.
They ship nationwide.
There
Let's
you go.
start with that, right?
My
So
bad.
you're
I had to fucking land the plane there. I'm
listen,
sorry.
you're Danny's older brother out in fucking Indiana, right? Is that where he lives?
Colorado.
Colorado. Living there for God knows what reason, right? Because you fell in because you met abroad.
He's
then
a
you
women
fucking,
guy. He's a women
exactly.
guy.
I mean, listen, I love Danny's brother. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that about me. I'm fucking Danny's brother guy. But I'm talking about when you get your fucking cornhole boards made. Now listen, you want to listen to the show fucking and hang out, that's great. We love you. But you're thinking about a gift for somebody? Think about some cornhole boards. I want you to fucking smash the shit out of fucking hitting the like button on Wicked Cornhole on Facebook.
By the way,
I want you to follow them on fucking Instagram, by the way. And when you go there, by the way, my guy Howell, we know Howell. You know
He's
everybody
coming out
Howell?
here.
He's coming out here in like
Yes.
a couple weeks. Howell goes, dude, I already ordered some lane makers. He already put the word out there. It's Corker5, by the way. Corker5. 5% off your fucking deal.
Let's rock
right
and
from
roll.
them. There you go. My guy Ted.
Shout out to
Ted
Ted.
Go. Thad.
Shout out.
All right? Thad Seymour. By the way, it is confusing. His name's Thad, but he goes by Teddy. All right? It's Teddy. To you, as the listener, it's fucking Teddy. Teddy can come over to your house. He built out Paul Gentile's chief marketing officer pulling the corks fucking edition. All right? Teddy can fucking do your kitchen. As I said, get in bed with Ted. And I don't mean that sexually. I mean, get in bed with him business-wise. All right? This is a guy who could take your fucking house to the next level. You need something done. Ted will come over there, talk to you about it. Listen, like I said, you want to flip a full fucking 3-decker? He can do that for you.
Irish
now,
battleship
I'm going to
shade.
say this right now. Our listenership, nobody's fucking flipping triple deckers. All right? That's not happening. All right. But
I
I'll tell you what.
digress.
I'll tell you what will happen. Every once in a while, you'll get a Brendan Ahern who's like, "I'm taking a home equity out. I'm doing my basement." Who do you want to do your basement? Some dickhead
Tecco.
like I had, or Teddy, right? At the time, listen. At the time, Teddy was busy. He had a bunch of projects going on. I had to go with somebody lesser.
You know what Teddy said to you? You insulted me a little bit.
A little bit. Teddy's
bit.
my fucking guy. So I said this earlier before, just about cornhole boards too. By the way, I have a set of cornhole boards over there, made by a different company, who I have respect for, who did right by me. Am I going to burn them? No, but I'll probably give them away. Hard to give them away, has my face on them. That's going to be difficult. That said,
I'll take them.
I'm getting thank you. I'm going to get new fucking boards made for this place, okay? That's happening. Pulling the cork boards by them. Just like the fact that if I go to your house and you say, "Oh, we just got our kitchen redone. We just got our basement redone." And I'm like, "Oh, who'd you get estimates from?" And if tech goes down on the list, we got a problem, son. We have a problem.
Figure it out.
Like, I'm going rent a center, pull a gun to your head shit, okay?
Been
That's
there.
where I'm going.
Been
okay?
there.
Lived
I'm
it.
going,
Been
I'm
there.
living, right?
No
I'm losing
shirt
it,
on.
right?
No
You don't
shirt
even-
on.
Doesn't even matter if you
Straight
listen to the
boxes.
podcast. Doesn't even matter if you listen to the podcast. I don't
Right
give a fuck.
across from Lynn Courthouse,
Right?
I was there.
Yes. Okay. So, anyways, that is the deal. I wanted to give that. So, TechcoCM.com, all right? And 617-996-6827. And by the way, back to Wicked Corner for 1 second, in-house design team. You need something done for your fucking dad for his birthday or whatever, and it's like, hey, I want like
My
Ted's
dad's
fucking
dead.
Tedco on it. You can get that fucking done. Your dad's dead. That's sad. We'll move on from that. How's that sound?
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
All right. So, you guys watched Telemarketers, right?
Oh yeah.
I
All
have,
right,
yeah.
Come on.
No,
So,
I'm out. I didn't do it.
Okay,
I didn't
so
watch
anyways,
it.
It's on
It doesn't
HBO
matter.
Max. It's only
But I'll go home
2
tonight.
episodes in.
yeah.
I'll
so,
go home tonight and
you're
watch
like-
it.
So,
I'm
anyways,
serious.
Watch
so-
it with the wife. It's
You're
awesome.
gonna love it.
So
I'll rip it right
Maggie
down.
goes.
It's
so,
only 2 episodes so far.
I'll give you
Thank
my
God.
exact work history of what happened. Like, so I worked a bunch of jobs, but like when I was a kid, like anybody else, landscaping, fucking golf course, whatever. So I got out of college and I was like, my dad's like, dude, you need insurance. Like, being like, I'm not doing this. Like,
Not
I can't
floating
just
this
be
anymore,
forever,
yeah.
right? Not in a bad way, just being like, you need to get a job. The only job I could get, me and my buddy Obi went to fucking like a State Street mixer thing, and like we got a job, right? It was 25 grand a year, whatever it was. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like
Seems
this has insurance, right? Like, and I used to take, my father would pick, this is a great story with my dad. My dad would drive, my dad works at Gillette and Salty. So we'd leave my house, my parents' house at 5:15 in the morning. He'd drop me at Broadway at 5:40. I'd be on Broadway. I'd go to Quincy. I was working at the Quincy State Street, right? I'd go to Quincy. I'd get there by like, say, 6:20, 6:30. Get on a bus that would take you to the campus, right? And I get to my desk at like 7:30 or whatever, right? And I worked 7:30 to 3:30. I think was my
Long
hours.
day of travel. dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
I'd
not afraid
rather
to work.
walk.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you were
not-
dedicated.
Well,
Absolutely.
not really dedicated. I just needed a job. And I was like, whatever.
No, I
like-
was broke.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
right.
needed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, needed like something on my resume. So, anyways, I am the worst accountant the world's ever seen. There was a girl there who, like, I guess she ended up having to fix all my shit when I left. Because after 6 months, I had to leave. Like, it was over. She was like Neo in the Matrix. Like, she's like bullets are coming at her. Like, she could do 2 keyboards at once. Like, she was the fucking best in the business. She had to fix everything, right? I was gone. I got a job recruiting. My buddy, actually, this kid, Kevin, who I met, whatever. My buddy Mike Lacey listens to this. Mike, this is for you. So Kevin and I meet. This dude's like crazy. He's from Brockton. He's like, he's fucking, he used to work on these cruise ships. He's like kind of crazy dude. I'm like, I like this dude. Like, so we started partying together. So he's like, hey dude, I'm like, I need a new job. I called him. He's like, I got a job for you. He's like, I got an interview for you tomorrow. I'm a recruiter. And I go, oh, awesome. Like, I'm thinking he's getting me a different job, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go on that interview. So the interview was to be a recruiter and work at his recruiting company. So I go to work there, right? Maggie said it about the telemarketers thing. The reason I love that show so much is that, like, you don't know a recruiting thing in the 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, was like you're in a pit and they're like, hey, you can make 100 grand a year. And we're all in a room the size of this fucking garage, right? Here's your phone, here's your list. Like, and you got to call. And when you are in, they said it in telemarketers, and it's so true, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, when you're in the fucking dirt with guys like that, it doesn't matter if you don't love them or they don't like you or some of them you get really close with, but it's like it is like being in the army. It's like being in prison. It's like you're like all like just in this thing. You go out for a smoke break at 10, right? You get Dunkin' Donuts at fucking whatever in the morning on the way in. You bust the other guy's balls. Like this is a trash person's way to $100,000. This is like
Grinding.
no different than any other like union trade or whatever, except the fact that you can lose and have nothing. You know what I mean? Like you're on a full draw commission, like $25,000, but you owe it back unless you fucking sell, right? Now I obviously was exceptionally good at it because
gift the gab.
Not only the gift the gab, I'm like, I'm not gonna be beat. I will not be beat.
Yeah.
Right? And I was
You're
like
selling it, no matter what.
I'm doing it. Like no
Yeah.
matter what. I remember I'll never forget this. Now, people listen to the show, they're like, you have a slight not like you guys, like Boston accent, but like part of the reason is like this guy, like if you hear me on the phone, my cadence, everything is different.
No,
I watch my boss.
there's a reason that you're the person that says X, Y, and Z.
Dude, because you know what? I remember I listened to this guy. I'm like, he goes, dude, you ever listen to yourself on the phone? He goes, you sound like you're not sounding
am I right or
professional.
wrong?
And I was like so mad. I'm like, that's what I sound like. Fuck you.
Yep.
But then I'm like, all right, listen, I gotta listen to this guy. So like when I'm on the phone with somebody, like when I cadence them, when I'm like, listen, what we need to talk about right now and think about is this, right? And you fucking lull them into this situation. Now, listen, I'm not selling these people anything they don't want to get sold. So like I said, my business now is very different, right? But I was very much like adept at that. And I was very good at like being like, okay, you want to like, I will try to outwork this person only because like, I don't want to lose. It really didn't matter with the money. I'm like, I just want to be known as like one of the better people at doing this job.
Great salesman.
That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's
so
all.
anyway, so fast forward. And this is the story. So I was
We're not done yet?
very good. Yes, very good.
Christ.
Well, you want to tell your fucking Chinese food story again? We do that? We do that?
We tried, dude.
All
We
right.
tried.
All right. I'm waiting on that. I want chicken. So I
in the
find
car,
myself
right?
after fucking really thinking I made it and then deciding I'm going on my own, having, 08 crash, whatever. I told the story before. I worked at Home Depot nights in Chelsea, right? So I'm in my basement doing fucking recruiting in a new market because I have a non-compete. I got this house. I'm fucking have 1,000,000 pounds of stress on my fucking shoulders, and I'm working at and I'm going straight from there to the Home Depot in Chelsea and working nights. And by the way, back when we were kids, lots of parents had 2 jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing to be fucking. That's actually like fucking supporting your family. So I was proud of that.
Yeah.
And I still am proud of that. Right. I
As
would
you
never
should be.
fucking. I remember somebody calling me like, "I heard you're working at the Home Depot." I go, "Yeah, I am. What do you need? You need you need some nuts and
Fuck
bolts?"
you need, dude.
So anyways, the guy one day the guy's like, "So I worked in garden, right?" The guy goes, "Hey," he
Hold on,
goes,
you work in gardening? I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding.
by the way, that was
Great job.
I got a podcast for you. I got a podcast for you. So, anyways, guys, like, hey, we need to move more of these Weber grills. Now, I cut my finger open on the chopper roll. They tried to send me to the Whitten for death.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're a pawn, dude. You're first
100%.
line defender.
No. So they go, hey, we gotta sell these Weber grills. We're not selling them much. Chelsea, obviously,
Yeah.
like not as many Webers going to the door, right? And I go, all right, give me that pamphlet. 10 Webers, 10 hours, record, right? Guy's going over. He's like,
Kid was a
"We're on
Boxdale
the chop-
boy for
we're on the
life."
we're on the chop roll. I go, hey, listen, let me fucking explain something to you right now, okay? You live by the ocean. You don't know you live by the ocean, but you live by the ocean, right? You know what the ocean does to cheap steel? It eats
Rots it right
It
up.
eats it for fucking breakfast, all right? Let me tell you something about Weber. Let me give you a little fucking information about a Weber grill. 12 years, cook box, no rust, guarantee. Fact, okay? 12 years lid assembly, no rust, guaranteed. 10 years, stainless steel burner tubes, no rust through, no burn through. That's guaranteed, okay? Stainless steel cooking grates, no rust through, guaranteed. Stainless steel flavorizer bars, which this has, which the Charborough does not have. Those are guaranteed. The porcelain fucking enameled cast iron cooking grates, 10 years.
You knew
3
this-
years of the electrical components. Let me tell you this.
you
You,
knew this
don't
stuff-
strike me. You do not strike me as a chop roll guy. I'm just going to say that right now. You don't strike me as a chop roll guy. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to have a chop roll in 2 years. You're going to be rusted out of the bottom of it. And you're going to be having your family cook out. And you're going to feel like a fucking loser. But if you have this grill, first of all, it's guaranteed. You can get it back. 100%. It's guaranteed 10 years. Right? 10 Weber Genesis grills. 10 hours. Nobody's ever fucking touched it. No commission needed. Fact. I fucking murdered the place on that day.
Never gonna happen again.
Come
Never
on,
happen
I'm
again.
sold right now.
Never
Are
gonna
you
fucking
shitting
happen
me?
again. Never gonna happen
You
again.
kidding me? I'm sold
Never
right
gonna happen
now.
again.
Brendan,
Yeah.
that's what you did every day?
No, that's what I did one day.
One day.
Because it was, and by the way, I said, you know what it was? It was out of respect. I gave it to you for free for one day. I
Yeah,
gave
you
it to you
did
for
it
free.
and then dropped the mic and left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People, People are shipping. They're like, we don't have any more of these huge Webbers left. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
right.
have any more.
You're damn right.
Chop royals for the
Hey,
poor
by
people.
the anyone that's paying attention, I'm gonna go start a podcast.
By the way, Weber, this is your last chance to fucking sponsor this podcast. That's all I'm saying. All right.
I got a Weber Genesis.
I
Do
do
you?
too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Love it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a Weber 210 Spirit. It's a beautiful grill.
I got a George,
I know, we
I
had
got a
the
George
Marrow
Foreman
burger.
electric.
Yeah, with the Malden.
I heard you
Dude,
say
how,
it.
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Mine's up there.
God, if Weber doesn't reach out, Weber's probably like, dude, this
Disclaimer?
Weber's like the guy talking about guys sucking
I
each
didn't
other's
buy
dicks.
mine. My brother-in-law bought it.
No, Brigham's did.
Brigham's paid for my
Brigham's
Weber.
bought that thing.
So my brother-in-law bought it, and then he sold his house and moved, and he couldn't have a grill anymore. So he's like, "Here, just hang on to it for me." I was like, "Can I use it?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then like 6 years later, I was like, "Oh, you bought a new house? You want your Weber back?" He's like, "Nah, it's yours."
Dude, did you just hear what Bobby
That's the best
By the way,
gift
did you
ever.
just hear
I
what,
love it.
Did you just hear that callback joke?
Yes, it's
like that
gold.
callback joke.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude,
That's
callback
why he's
joke?
here.
That is like most people do not have that gear. That callback joke gear.
That's why he's here.
It's like, dude, that is fucking.
There's
gold.
not many people that can do that.
No, there's 1,000. You know what? There's a lot of 10-cent
10
head
cent
idiots.
heads. Yeah.
As Kevin Meyer would
With
say.
dumps in their pants.
Yeah, with dumps in their
Dumps
pants.
in their
Who
pants.
can't fucking do it. By the
And
way,
then we got Bobby and finally something cool. Kevin Ma just got shut out
Hey.
3 times in a row.
Hey, it doesn't matter because it's a bunch of loser DNA.
yeah, that's his best one of all time.
My favorite-
Loser DNA.
I can't.
Now,
dude,
do I always give credit where credit's due?
Brendan.
Yes.
How many times did I say in our text how loud I was laughing at loser DNA?
Yeah.
I
He's
took
a great
that.
line.
Dude, it's
I
great.
took
Loved
that
it.
and ran
He
with it.
texted me the first time I heard it was this year. I texted him. I go, Celts, I'm not believing him. He writes back. He goes, yeah, loser DNA, and I'm like, unfucking real. Like,
Dude.
this kid goes, and his old man threw the best
2
lines.
nights ago,
like,
he says it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, Kev Ma. And I go,
dude, I give
and
credit
then
where
10
credit's
minutes
due.
later, I go, I can't get over this fucking thing.
Now, here's the difference between me and everybody in this room and a lot of other people is that, like, when I use your shit, I'm definitely crediting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Obviously.
100%.
Obviously.
Yeah. Don't fucking try to pass off somebody else's fucking material as your own.
That ain't.
No.
You saying I did?
Never.
No.
never.
I'm saying we don't do that.
Oh,
No,
never,
so we don't
never,
do that.
never.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Patreon
It's rock.
Yeah.
because it is
Rock.
10:10.
Yeah,
and we've been on this for
going-
like a couple hours.
We've been going for a while.
By the way,
good
Bobby
conversation,
comes in the
though.
fucking room.
Good conversation,
Yeah.
though. It was a
Hey,
great
but you're rolling the
conversation.
fucking-
Here's the thing. Bobby didn't even barely touch the microphone.
Dude,
so
listen.
the Patreon
You know
is
what
where
I
you
love
want to
about it?
be.
You know what I love about it? It's like I said. It's like I love that. Like we've created this thing where it's like, okay, we got like Bobby, Clocky, Josh,
Yeah.
whatever, Jump, all these guys, right? Who come on the show every once in a while.
We don't miss a beat. They just fit right in.
It's
Like
like
a
you said.
fucking
It's just a
puzzle piece.
regular conversation.
Yeah.
Like
That's it.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing, right? We're gonna walk right into this thing. I know 1,000 stories about this man, and he hasn't even fucking scratched the surface on the fucking
That's why
first
we're gonna
one.
have him
That-
back.
dude,
that's
why
he's gonna be back.
That's why it's like, dude, it's like that's the whole thing about like, every time Josh has been on, which has been on twice, it's like the second time, like he was on, I was like, oh fuck, I meant him to tell. And for 3 days, I'm like, oh, there were 9 other stories I wanted him to tell.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's like
The story
plenty
he
of time.
told though on the last one that had me dying in
the
my
Larry,
truck.
Larry Love.
Yeah,
Dude, I gotta cut that out now. You made me cut it out. All right, so listen, I'm gonna end up cutting this part out.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you guys. So he
We
goes
gotta
like,
cut something else out anyway. So
yeah, you do. Yeah.
he goes to work.
Yeah.
He goes to work the next day, and he's like, "I'm at work," and the guy's like, "Yeah." I'm like, foreman he works with is like, "I might move this whole section to Patreon." This guy he's working with goes, "Yeah," he goes, "Who doesn't listen to the podcast?" He's like, "So anyway," he's like, "Jimmy's invited me on his boat," and he goes, "Yeah, Larry Love's over here," and he goes, "I go, whoa." Josh goes, "Oh, I go, fucking Larry, I haven't seen him in years." And he goes, "I'm thinking I just was talking about this guy, like getting a transsexual blowjob."
Yeah.
And he goes,
That's
and he goes, "Oh, Jesus." I go, "Maybe I should call Brendan and tell him to take that off the fucking his name off it." I go,
Also,
"Yeah." I go, "I can take it off the YouTube."
Yeah.
I mean, off the podcast really easily, which I did.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I gotta kind of drag the whole YouTube down. I'm not really feeling like doing that. And he's like, "Yeah, I probably won't watch YouTube." But I go, dude, I learned that lesson the hard way. Like, I did it a couple times where I had to cut it out, and I'm like,
dude,
I
no
don't
one's
want-
perfect.
listen,
No one's perfect.
No, but
Fuck
I'm
it.
saying this right now. Like, you don't want. if it wasn't in your control, you don't want somebody saying your name
Yep.
in a story that 500 or 600 people are going to
Yeah.
hear the next week.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, Dan, I was with Danny Gillis one night. He's a hot shit. Like, you're thinking he's
Yeah,
never
I
going to
saw
hear
him at
this.
fucking that Asian restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, and nuclear.
Yeah. All right, hey, listen.
Come over to the fucking Patreon.
Come over to the
Spend the
Patreon.
bucks.
Yeah, you can spend the bucks. By the way, we split it 5 ways. When Bobby and Josh are here, it buys us a Coca-Cola from 1987 prices, and then Fitzy fucking pockets all the money anyway. So it's just like the Brigham's days.
I strong arm everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
All
got
right,
his
hey,
apron on.
Bobby, you coming back, right?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolute
Money.
blast.